Direction of head coach Mike Spears of the two-time defending state champions. Their running back Randy Jacobowski is a huge part of their offense. Head coach Dennis Hurlburt leads his Greeley-Wobach Titans in the first year of their merger. His quarterback Brian Dutcher leads a powerful passing attack. The D1 state championship is next. Towards the end zone is Dutcher. He'll score with a touchdown. A state record for great press.
Oh, nice move.
Aurora fans, a lot to cheer about.
Showing that tremendous speed going down that far sideline. Bartle.
Really looks good for him today. Kind of a high loper.
NETV Sports, Nebraska's home for sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2002 Nebraska State High School Football Championships. Tonight in the Class D1 title game, it's the Howells Bobcats and the Greeley-Wobach Titans. Hi again, everybody. I'm Kevin Kugler, and welcome to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. I can guarantee you one thing about tonight's D1 state championship game. At the end of it, we'll have an undefeated state champion. In fact, it's the only class of the 6 all weekend that I'm going to be able to tell you that. But both Greeley-Wobach and Howells made it through the entire slate unbeaten this year, regular season and playoffs. And tonight, obviously, one of them has to win and be crowned an undefeated state champion. Working with me tonight is my partner, Adrian Fiala. And Adrian, two undefeated teams, two undefeated seasons, two very different routes and philosophies offensively. One likes to run and one likes to throw.
You bet. Kevin Howells really likes to run the football. Their head coach Mike Spears said the run in our offense is the beginning and the end of our offense, so you know what's going to happen there. They've thrown the ball about 7 times this year, and he knows about every pass they've thrown, so we'll see what happens on their end. They're dedicated to the run. Now, Greeley-Wobach, great speed. They're more balanced in their offense, Kevin. They throw the ball more than they run the football, and Brian Dutcher is their double-threat quarterback. He can run it, he can throw it, he can do a lot of things on the football field. He's going to present a special problem for the Howells defense, a defense that's only giving up 9 points a game on average during the season.
A lot of offense, a lot of defense, and a lot of fun tonight in the D1 state championship game. The third member of our broadcast crew is down on the field. Here's Larry Putney.
Thanks, Kevin. You know, Greeley and Wolbach, this is the first year of a cooperation between the two schools. It's their first year as an athletic team, but state championships, nothing new for these teams. Greeley made it last year in the D2 state championship game, and Wolbach won the class, the six-man association championship. And in their first year of cooperation, they're here at Memorial Stadium playing for a state title.
Well, the Husker Vision screens are getting the crowd fired up for this one. It is a battle of the unbeatens here in Class D1, the state football championship between the Bobcats and the Titans. Howells loves to run. Greeley-Wobach, they'll look to throw first, and it's very rare, but this is probably the only team we've seen in the 2 8-man games that start off our state championships in a game you normally expect to be wide open, that they're going to rely on the pass. The 3 teams so far, Howells, of course, and the teams from this morning, all like to run the football. That's kind of rare.
And Kevin, that presents a special problem for Greeley-Wobach tonight because the wind is blowing. I'm not sure we'll get a beat on the weather here, but it's still blowing very, very briskly down there on the field. We found that out in some pregame comments from the coach, from Dennis Hurlburt. But if the wind's blowing like it was this afternoon, which it's almost as bad, it's going to present special problems for the passing game, and that may lend them to the run game.
Well, let's go to public address announcer Dave Shalene for the player introductions.
Grounds for removal from the facility. Thank you for your cooperation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the players competing in the Class D1 State Football Championship Finals. First, for the visiting team, the Bobcats of Howells High School. Number 12, Eric Weeman. Number 14, Scott Bloom. Number 16, Justin Takel. Number 19, Matt Eichmeyer. Number 22, Michael Byer. Number 27, Justin Musney. Number 33, Lance Grothy. Number 34, Randy Jacobowski. Number 40, Scott Byer. Number 46, Stephen Basatza. Number 50, Tyler Vaca. Number 54, Tom Bloom. Number 61, Charles Dustle. Number 62, Brian Kuliha. Number 68, David Risch. Number 73, Colby Danley. Number 74, Tyler Schwartz. Number 82, Adam Sandelar. Number 83, Brett Ortmeyer. Number 84, Joel Kaup. Number 85, Miles Danley. And number 86, Ben Faltis. Your head coach for Howells, Mike Spears.
Those are the Howells Bobcats, 12-0, two-time defending state champions. Only 5 other schools have won more than 2 straight state championships. Howells trying to become the 6th in state history to do that. And they are on an unbelievable roll over the last few years. They've won 37 out of their last 38 games coming into this state championship. And Mike Spears building a little dynasty at Howells High School with these Howells Bobcats.
He is indeed, Kevin. There you see Mike coming along, head coach. Did a great job there, he and his staff. Scott Palachik, his assistant coach, is so into this game tonight he's wearing shorts. That's tough.
And let's go back now to our PA announcer, Dave Schelleen, for the introductions of the Greeley-Wobach Titans.
Now for the home team, the Titans of Greeley-Wobach High School. Number 1, Ted Nicolitz. Number 2, Scott Wood. Number 3, Kevin Nowak. Number 4, Brian Dutcher. Number 6, Chris Williams. Number 10, Rick Reck. Number 13, Jesse Hake. Number 18, Brady Sweat. Number 21, Brandon Matlock. Number 24, Andrew Steele. Number 25, Lance Steele. Number 28, Jack Rother. Number 32, Seth Christensen. Number 34, Jeremiah Sweeney. Number 40, Jeff Nowak. Number 43, Chase Greek. Number 44, Michael O'Connor. Number 50, Jordan Foltz. Number 55, Shane Ryan. Number 56, Travis Herman. Number 70, Russell Killinger. And number 72, Doug Nielsen. Head coach for Greeley-Wobach, Dennis Hallbart. And the rest.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium as you see the Greeley-Wobach Titans running out the state title game a year ago for Greeley. Wolbach, the 6-man champs a year ago. And interesting quote from Dennis Hurlburt in the Omaha World Herald. He said, or one of the players I believe said, we came awful close. We've got some unfinished business, and this time around we're bringing some buddies from Wolbach with us to finish the job that we started last year. So the Titans trying to come into this one and knock off the two-time defending state champs, the Howells Bobcats, and we asked head coach Mike Spears of Howells about the strengths of his Bobcat team.
I'll tell you, our offensive line is what is our strength, just because they've been opening up big holes for us, especially once the playoffs got going. We really seemed to start hitting on all cylinders. Getting everybody back and healthy was a big key for us, and I think it all starts up front.
Well, when you want to run the ball as much as they do, you've got to have a good offensive line up front.
Kevin, they do. They've got 4 seniors. Of the 5 people up front there, 4 are seniors. And it's, strangely enough, the center is a sophomore, Tyler Schwartz, 201 pounds up there. So, but again, good experience and good depth in that offensive line. And they like to run the ball. They've averaged 303 yards rushing the football this year.
Greeley-Wobach 12-0 on the season. Dennis Hurlbert, very familiar with state championship games as well. We asked him about the strengths of his Titan squad.
I think our strength of our team is that we are a complete unit, and the fact that we really do not have a, you know, Brian has got the statistics to be a superstar and so forth, but we got good receivers and good people coming out of the backfield for him to catch the ball. We got an excellent line that's doing a good job protecting him. Our defense is solid in the fact that everybody is doing their job. I think that is our strength. This is our team effort.
For the purpose of this flip, the state capital will be heads, and this will be tails. Howells is a visiting team, and they will be calling the flip. Who's calling? Number 27 is going to call. What's your call? The call is heads. And it is tails, or excuse me, it is heads. You won the flip. What is your choice? You kick, receive, defend, or defer to second half? They've decided to receive the ball. Which goal would you like to defend? Let's get our backs to our goals, fellas.
Well, you don't see that very often.
No.
A team wins the flip, and they elect not only to take their choice this half, they elect to receive this half. And so Howells is going to get the football first, and let's go down to the field and Larry Putney.
What a spirited pregame locker room it was from Mike Spears. Spears talking to his players just before they came out of the field. One of the better pregame speeches I've heard of these state championships, guys. First of all, he said, we're going to go out there and we're going to run the ball right down their throat. We know it, they know it, the whole damn state knows it, he said. Then he grabbed one of the players' helmets, pointed to the emblem on it, and said, guys, this means something now. Heart, attitude, and toughness. And if they don't know it, we're going to go out and show them.
Larry, sounds like you're ready to run for the Howells Bobcats. We'll have the kickoff of the D1 state championship game in a moment on NETV Sports.
Next time on Nature, along California's Pacific coast stretches a living Eden called Big Sur, where the spirit of nature is heard in the whispers of giants and echoed in the pound of the surf. Here, wild things find sanctuary in the midst of paradise.
Sunday night at 7 Central Time on NETV. NETV is a service of the Nebraska Educational Telecommunications Commission.
Along with Adrian Fiala, Larry Putney, and our entire NETV sports production crew, I'm Kevin Kugler. The D1 state championship about to kick off. The Greeley-Wobach Titans at 12-0. The Howells Bobcats at 12-0. Something's got to give in this one tonight. The 2002 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are being carried live over the internet. So if you have friends or family who don't have access to NETV, have them log on to net.unl.edu, click sports, and follow the prompts to State High School football. These webcasts are free and brought to you commercial-free as a service of NETV, Nebraska's home for sports. Kickoff is coming. The Greeley-Wobach Titans in the red and blue. They will kick to Howells, who won the toss and elected to receive to start things off. So Howells will go on offense first and ready to kick it for Greeley-Wobach. Chris Williams, the senior kicker, who's a great man in the secondary. And we'll see him in this first series as well. Straight ahead kicker, and he booms it into the wind and through the end zone for the touchback. Impressive start for Greeley-Wobach. Here's how they got here. Howells, a big win over Bloomfield, and an equally impressive win over Friend. For Greeley-Wobach, they beat Overton and Eustis Farnham to make it here to the Class D1 state championship. Here's where they are, not too far away. Greeley-Wobach and Howells within spinning distance of each other in Class D1. Greeley-Wobach and the Howells Bobcats. And we're ready to go. First play of the evening in this Class D1 state championship game. And now an official's timeout. So before we get started, we stop before this one even gets going.
Well, looked like the linesman down there, Don Clark out of Kearney. This whole officiating crew tonight, fans, is from Kearney, Nebraska. Referee is Bob Talbotser, but Don Clark whistling the stop play. Here we go.
The toss to Jacobowski on first down, and he is brought down at the 20-yard line. The tackle made by Ricky Reck. And the offense for the Howells Bobcats: Matt Eichmeyer, Michael Byer, Randy Jacobowski, Ben Faltis, and Eric Wyman. The backs and receivers for the Howells Bobcats: Brian Colia, Tyler Schwartz, and Justin Masney for the Howells Bobcats. 2nd and 5 from the 20. The give going up the middle to Jacobowski, and he runs right into Shane Ryan, the 6'3", 210-pound junior nose tackle. And there's a look at the Titan defense. Travis Herman, Shane Ryan, and Mike O'Connor, the defensive line for the Titans. Jack Rother, Chris Williams, Rick Reck, Andrew Steele, and Kevin Nowak, the backs and linebackers for Greeley-Wobach. Howells will face a 3rd down and 4 on their 21-yard line. Backs will line up in the eye again behind Matt Eichmeyer. Eichmeyer looks to throw over the middle, complete to Eric Wyman, and Eric Wyman out to the 34-yard line, and Wyman has a first down for the Howells Bobcats.
Well, they crossed everybody up. They came out in that running formation, and again, Greeley-Wobach stacked in there, and then Wyman at that from that end position just delayed about a second or two, just a couple of clicks, and then drifted out after the coverage went to the flanks, and they were sure there wasn't going to be a run, but it was wide open in the hole, as we call it, in the secondary, and Wyman made the catch.
First down and 10 from the 34. The option run by Eichmeyer. Good yardage over the 40-yard line and into Greeley-Wobach territory at the 38-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on the option for Matt Eichmeyer, the quarterback.
Kevin, he was real balanced this year. Eichmeyer at quarterback. He threw for 850 yards, and he ran for 891 yards. So, again, kind of a dual threat, much the same as Brian Dutcher, or Dutcher that is, for Greeley-Wobach.
2nd and 2 from the 38. The give up the middle to the first man through Michael Byer, and Byer all the way down to the 30-yard line. He has a first down, and Byer and the Howells Bobcats rolling early on the ground.
Going right to it. You see all those blue jerseys stacked up in there? They're running 3 down linemen, a couple of linebackers, 3 linebackers, and then a couple people in the secondary, and they're all just stacked right in there, just daring the Bobcats to run the football. Take a look right there. See, they're just all stacked up in there.
And still getting yardage again up the middle with Michael Byer, and that offensive line that Mike Spears talked so eloquently about at the beginning when we spoke with him. He is seeing them move those guys off the ball right now.
That time you bet, Kevin, that time they went over right guard over there. Brian Kalia and Eric Wyman in that spot where they picked up some nice yardage. Again, Tyler Schwartz, the center. He's a sophomore. Good block by Tyler.
2nd and 4 from the 24. This time they tried Jacobowski, and nothing doing as Shane Ryan gets into the backfield and makes a great tackle for a loss of the play.
Number 55, Shane Ryan, just sort of went to his knees, came through the line, and made a good tackle. He's a tough guy to bring down. Talking about Jacobowski, 195 pounds and excellent speed down the field.
3rd down and 6 from the 26-yard line of Greeley-Wobach. On the option, the toss to Jacobowski, trying to find running room, and there's not much there. Kevin Nowak gets him around the ankles, and then up high, he's brought down by Shane Ryan, and that'll stop him well shy of the first.
Option play right side that time. They had a chance to stop it, they meaning with the Greeley-Wobach Titans, but Ricky Reck ran right by the play. He had a chance to cause a big wreck in the backfield, but didn't happen.
4th down and 3, and Howells will go for it from the 23 of the Titans. In the eye. They toss it to Jacobowski. Beats his man on the outside, and he's got a first down. Nice little inside head fake by Jacobowski, and that sprung him for the first down.
Good head fake, good blocking on the left side by Ben Faltis and Justin Masney. And then watch what happens out here on the flank. He's going to run around the attempted tackle by Chris Williams right there and pick up that first down. And you know, Mike Spears, the head coach, Kevin told us before the game, if we get inside the 40, we're not punting. And he was true to his word on this series here.
From the 16-yard line, 1st down and 10 yards to go. The toss again to Jacobowski, trying to cut it back in. There's just no running room on that play. Michael O'Connor, staying home from his defensive end spot, makes the tackle. Tried to cut it back, nothing there. Jacobowski in the semifinal victory over Friend had 179 yards rushing, scored 4 touchdowns in that game. Just to continue a terrific season, 1,340 yards rushing on the year. 2nd and 9. Another pass. Eichmeyer rolls out trying to throw, and he dumps it off. It's incomplete at the 12-yard line. Tiptoeing on the sideline to avoid going out of bounds, and he saves his team a little yardage with that incompletion.
Just had one receiver out on the route that time, and you saw him go right there. That was Weeman, 12, going down and trying to hit that deep seam, but he was covered pretty well. And then the quarterback there, Eichmeyer, almost an illegal pass there, Kevin, but he got it off in time and no flag.
3rd down and 9. Eichmeyer straight drop. They set up on the screen. It's Byer on the outside trying to cut it in. Sheds one tackle, but he cannot get away from Michael O'Connor. And O'Connor will bring him down just inside the 10-yard line, 1.5 yards shy of a Howells first down, and that brings up another 4th.
Howells working both sides of the field here now, and this is a rare occasion right here. We see that's a second rare occasion. We saw that pass play the last time around, and now this one here is, you see number 22 there. That's Byer trying to get to that first yard stick. Again, a nice little toss out in the flat. Beat the defense. Byer, an excellent receiver. 12 catches this year, 256 yards and 4 TDs.
Here they go again on 4th down and 2 from the 8-yard line. They will go, and the give right up the middle to Michael Byer, and Byer down to the 2-yard line, and a 1st and goal for the Bobcats, and the 2nd straight 4th down conversion on this drive.
Great 4th down call right here. It looked like option play. Pulled it into the belly there of the fullback, and reading that defense, reading what the end's going to do. The quarterback, Eichmeyer, reading that defense, seeing that the end was closing. The linebacker was moving to the outside. Boom, give it to the fullback. Away you go.
1st down and goal. Byer into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Bobcats of Howells are on the board first.
And they made that look fairly easy, Kevin. Just, again, a sustained march right down the field, converting 2 4th downs. The Bobcats of Howells from Howells, again, right through the blue-shirted Greeley-Wobach Titans.
And the balloons go in the air for the Bobcats as they score their first touchdown of the night. And lead it 6-0. They'll go for 2. Eichmeyer, the give to Byer, reaching for the goal line. He did not get in. And so Greeley-Wobach holds on the 2-point conversion try, and the score remains 6-0. Howells leading over Greeley-Wobach. Let's go downstairs to Larry Putney.
Guys, in that pregame locker room, Mike Spears said, we're going to get the ball to start the game, and we're going to drive it right down the field and put points on the board. And at the time, I thought, how do they know they're going to get the ball? But you talked about it earlier, the strategy when you win the toss to take the ball. And so it didn't matter whether the other team won. He knew they would defer and they'd get the ball, or if he won it, he would take the ball. He had that much confidence in this offense, and they just proved him right there.
Well, a march right down the field, and watch the touchdown run again. You're right, they made it look easy.
Yeah, nothing real fancy about any of that right there. It's just good old in-your-face football. Tyler Schwartz, Brian Kalia, the right guard over there. Excellent clearing the path. You see the 14 plays, 65 yards, very sustained, very methodical. Chewed up almost 5 minutes on the clock.
And that's marching at the length of the field in 8-man football. It went into the end zone on the opening kickoff, and they didn't hesitate, didn't miss a beat, converted on 2 4th downs on the drive, and amazingly threw 3 passes on the drive. Matt Eichmeyer 2 for 3 in the air. Maybe the only 3 passes they throw all day, but that's 3 more passes than I think we expected to see.
It's half of their whole season right there. Holy cow.
Straight on kickoff with the wind at his back, and it's into the end zone, out to the 15-yard line. It comes for the Greeley-Wobach Titan offense. And let's take a look at the offense for the Titans of Greeley-Wobach. Brian Dutcher, the quarterback, Mike O'Connor at fullback, Rick Recht, the running back, Jack Rother at wingback, and Chris Williams, the tight end, That's the backs and receivers. On the O-line, Travis Herman, Shane Ryan, and Jordan Foltz, the offensive line for the Titans of Greeley-Wobach. First down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Brian Dutcher on the year, 2,300 yards passing. Fumbles the snap. It's loose on the field, and it is pounced on by Howells. Eric Weeman recovers the fumble, and it'll belong to the Bobcats of Howells. First down and goal.
Well, you don't want the turnover there. As you can see, they're down there about 6 yards away from the goal line. And the quarterback, Dutcher, this is interesting here. Ball gets away. I'm not sure what happened there, Kevin. He doesn't know where the football is. It's way behind him. He's looking around right to his left and low. Oh, the center, didn't even get up. The ball did not even get up. The center scuffed it along the turf. Man, that's an unfortunate situation. Jakubowski is heading for the pay dirt there, Kevin.
And he fumbles, and it's recovered by Greeley-Wobach. Chris Williams pounces on it, and the Titans avert disaster here in the first quarter and get it right back.
Trying to get more yardage, struggling towards that goal line. And again, he had about 3 or 4 blue shirts all over him. Here it is again. And they just rip it out of there right there. That's a great job. Was that number 20?
It was number 10, Rick Reck.
10, Reck.
Okay. Ripped it out of there. So Reck rips it out. It's recovered by Chris Williams, and right back at it go the Titans. First down and 10 from inside their 4-yard line. And the give to Rick Reck, and very little running room on that right side. And let's look at the Howells Bobcat defense. Tom Bloom, Michael Byer, and Steven Bazata on that defensive line. Backs and linebackers, Miles Danley, Randy Jakubowski, Matt Eichmeyer, Justin Masney, and Eric Weeman, the backs and linebackers for the Howells Bobcats, who defensively have been pretty solid this year. Only gave up more than 20 twice on the season. 2nd and 11 from the 3. Play fake. Dutcher to throw. Pump fake. Fires it out. He's got a man on the sidelines, and it's just off the fingertips of Chris Williams down the sideline. 3rd down coming up.
Good play action that time. Good look off by Dutcher, the quarterback, and then a pretty good toss down the sideline there, Kevin. Williams just about hauls it in. He's a money ball player. He had 54 receptions this year for catch this 1,128 yards, and he's running a straight fly pattern on down that far sideline, and ball just off the fingertips.
3rd down and 11 from the 3-yard line. Inside handoff to Rick Reck, and Reck will be stopped shy of the first by 3 yards. Leading the charge, Matt Eichmeyer. Also Weeman in on the stop for the Howells Bobcats. It is a chilly night, but not bad. 40 degrees. The wind has died down some from this afternoon. And a beautiful shot of the moon. Big, almost full moon. Just a gorgeous look. The punt gets away on 4th down and 4. Nobody back for Howells. So Greeley-Wobach will try to down it. It's rolling forward, and they do so at the 34-yard line. So 1st down and 10 coming for the Howells Bobcats. The 2002 Nebraska State High School Football Championships on NETV Sports are made possible in part by the financial contributors to Nebraskans for Public Television. You too can help support your statewide network and become a member of NPTV by calling toll-free 800-634-6788. You can also join NPTV over the internet. Log on to our network website at net.unl.edu, click membership, and follow the prompts. On 1st down, big hole, and a touchdown coming all the way to the end zone. Michael Byer will score for the Bobcats.
It's a thing of beauty when that fullback takes it and goes right up the gut. A thing of beauty to the offense of the coach. And you'll see Byer. Watch this right here. It's pretty much all Byer. He had clear opening sailing going to the secondary, and then just ran by the safety back there. And that was pretty easy. Frankly, that was a great run by Byer to come through with it. Just a junior.
And on the 2-point conversion, Byer again with no room to run. So Howells is stacked up on the 2-point conversion. It's 12-0. The Bobcats leading here in this first quarter with 5.5 still to play against Greeley-Wobach. And Larry told us at the beginning that, well, it was going to be pretty easy to run on the ball, and he was right so far. Get all the inside information on the Huskers after the Colorado game on Big Red Wrap-Up Tuesday, December 3rd, live at 7 p.m. It's a complete review of the game with highlights, commentary, discussion, and you as we take your live phone calls and emails. Join Adrian Fiala and me for our next Big Red Wrap-Up Tuesday, December 3rd, right here on NETV, Nebraska's home for sports. They're grinding it out, Abe. The Howells Bobcats, they've had great success on the ground.
You know what, Larry Putney and Mike Spears, the two prophets down there on the field tonight, Kevin, as they called it right before the game got underway, going to run it right down their throats. And that's what they're doing. The Howells Bobcats taking it right at the Greeley-Wobach Titans. And it's something that the Greeley-Wobach Titans head coach Dennis Herbert was very concerned about, and that is, can we stop that power game that they have? And so far that has not been the case.
Howells will kick it off, 12-0. The Bobcats leading over the Titans of Greeley-Wobach. And Howells with the kick and into the end zone again. Williams is there, and it'll come out to the 15-yard line. So Greeley-Wobach with a little work now, trailing 12-0 in this first quarter to the Bobcats of Howells. And they have long road to hoe. -3 yards so far for Greeley-Wobach offensively. 114 yards offensively for Howells, including 95 on the ground.
Well, that's what they talked about doing. And again, Mike Spears said, you know, our offense is the run. We begin it and we close it with the run, and he has done that so far. A couple of passes, however. That's two out of 3.
First down and 10 from the 15. Dutcher, pump fake, in trouble. Has time now. He's going to throw down the sidelines. Williams is out there, and he just overthrows him. Williams released Aid and had a couple of steps on his defender, but he just couldn't hit it.
They had Miles Danley on the coverage. It looked like Dutcher was going to break the whole play and start to run the football, and people reacted up towards it, and that's why the receiver had about 4 or 5 yard leeway there, or gap that is, against Miles Danley, but the ball was so far overthrown, no chance at all to catch the football. Takes us to down number 2.
2nd and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Titans to throw again. Dutcher over the middle. Williams caught, and Eichmeyer is there to bring him down. Should be enough, though, for a first down out across the 25-yard line. A good, strong second effort by Chris Williams to get that extra yard.
Good, strong throw also by the quarterback, Brian Dutcher. He's 6 foot, 175 pounds. He's just a junior, so he'll be back again next year. But again, a nice tight ball right through the zone coverage down there. The backers are getting into their areas. Right by them, completed.
First down and 10, 25-yard line. Dutcher. Straight drop again. Pressure comes, fires behind Williams, the intended receiver. Second down coming up for the Titans.
Good pressure that time also by the Howells defense. Pressure from the right side coming. Quarterback Dutcher kind of felt a little bit of that pressure. A little early on the delivery there, Kevin, but 2 people out on the route, easily covered by that secondary in the Howells on the Howells defense.
4:58 remaining in this first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Greeley-Wobach Titans, trailing 12-0. They'll set up the screen direct, and it's overthrown. 3rd and 10 now for Greeley-Wobach.
Blitz coming that time. Tom Bloom on one side, and then Eric Weeman right up the middle. There you see him getting blocked by number 50, Jordan Foltz. But again, pressure was coming, and that accounted for, again, the bad pass, the errant toss. Another down used up. 3rd down.
Dutcher just 1 for 5 on the evening through the air, and he'll go into the gun. 3 wide receivers to the right of the line, and Dutcher in the shotgun. 3-man rush. Dutcher will step up. He's got a man wrecked downfield, and he overshot him again. Dutcher's been long on almost every pass. Is that adrenaline in this first quarter?
I think it probably has a little bit to do with it, Kevin. Also, again, he's throwing against the wind. He might be putting a little too much mustard on the football, and sometimes the wind catches that nose and keeps that ball up just a little bit too long. As you see head coach Dennis Herbert right there encouraging his team. Says, come on, gang, we can get it done. They're going to punt it away here.
Reck averaging 34 yards per punt on the season. He'll punt into that wind, and he kind of snibs it off the end of his foot. It'll take a nice Greeley-Wobach bounce and picked up at the 9-yard line. And upended at the 15-yard line. Nice open field tackle made by Chase Greek for Greeley-Wobach to thwart any thoughts of a return for Howells.
Good coverage that time, no question, Ken. Pretty good kick, Kevin, but better coverage.
If you're a member of NPTV or PRNF, you're entitled to special discounts on program-related products when you shop online at the member store. To become a member, log on to net.unl.edu and click on the membership link or call 800-634-6788. First down and 10, and flags fly. As Howells came up to the line, the flag comes down, and it's going to cost 5 yards for the Howells Bobcats. And Mike Spears looks at the first penalty of the day against his team.
Saying, what was that, ref? Trying to figure it all out right here. Illegal procedure was the sign from the referee down there, Bob Telitzer.
4:37 remaining in this first quarter. 12-0, Howells with a lead. Motion man coming back behind the line. They fake the give to him, and they give it instead up the middle to Byer, who ends up with a gain of 2 yards, maybe 3 yards on the play to the 18-yard or 13-yard line. And instead of 1st and 15, it becomes 2nd and 12 after that 3-yard gain. Howells will not throw much. As we've told you, they will run. They had 407 yards rushing against Friend in the semifinals a week ago. They love to keep it on the ground. They've got the backs to do it, too. On 2nd down, Jacobowski hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle by Andrew Steele, and a steely hit at the 15-yard line.
Came up and played it very, very well. Andrew Steele, 66 tackles on the year. And he stepped up, and again, Jacobowski, tough one to bring down, but he was there, and he brought him down almost by himself. A little bit of mayhem in front of him, but he was able to zero in and make the hit and do a good job of it.
12-0 Howells. They face a 3rd and 9 from their own 16-yard line. Eichmeyer looks to throw. It is tipped away at the last minute. Kevin Nowak on the coverage of Eric Weeman, and a nice job defensively by Nowak.
You know, Kevin, earlier on we were told that Nowak has great instincts to the football, and he shows it right here as he comes over and just barely tips it away. Weeman, you see the frustration there. He knew if that ball gets through, you know that he has it. He was coming off that left-hand spot. Just a quick out pattern from that left-hand spot, but it'll bring up 4th down now for Howells, that is.
And Eichmeyer will punt, averaging 34 yards per kick this year. It's off a good punt. Back at the 25-yard line, it's taken by Reck, and down he goes right there. Great coverage, Michael Byer, as he brings Reck down right in his tracks. Well, if you'd like a copy of the high school football game you're seeing now, log on to net.unl.edu and click on the sports link, or call 800-228-4630. NETV is Nebraska's home for sports. First down and 10, 23-yard line. Greeley-Wobach trailing 12-0 here late stages of the first quarter. And Dutcher will bring his troops out and line up in the shotgun. Dutcher down the middle of the field. Reck is out there, and the pass is tipped and incomplete. Eichmeyer on the coverage. Good throw that time by Dutcher, and good coverage aid by Eichmeyer.
You bet. Ran kind of an unusual route this time. They had 3 people. They had a triple set or chip set. 2 wide receivers went down the field. They had 1 player going out underneath it, and then the ball was thrown straight up the field on a post pattern on that hash mark you see right there. Good defense right there. Both guys battling for the football. I love to see that. Ricky Reck and Eichmeyer both going for the football, and nobody comes up, but a good battle.
2nd down 10, 23-yard line. Dutcher throwing. Pump fake. Scoots out of trouble, and now he's in trouble. Down he goes. He'll lose 4. And the sack made by Michael Byer on the sideline, dropping him back at the 19-yard line.
Trying to get rid of the football. Dutcher just could not get it done. He's going the wrong way. You know, you got to just right there. You see he's got to try to pull up and throw that ball while he's going the wrong direction here. And in the process, he's going to lose some yardage. Going to lose about 4 or 5 yards on the play. And credit that to the secondary for keeping everybody covered up. 2 receivers out, both of them well covered. 3rd down and 14 from the 19-yard line. Dutcher to throw. Lobs it up on the screen. It is juggled, caught, and brought down immediately. The tailback, as Byer is right there to bring down on the play, number 28, Jack Rother, who has very little running room. Byer's there again. Dutcher put it up 246 times this year, completed 52% of those. Tonight he is just 1 for 8, make it 2 for 8, I beg your pardon. 2 for 8 now for 11 yards. Having a tough night on the passing game.
Reck punting again. Punt taken at the 30-yard line, and some running room down the sideline for Scott Bloom. A flag is down. Bloom still down the sideline. Nice move at the 20, and he's all the way down to the 18-yard line of Greeley-Wobach. But hold on, the flag back at the 33 of Howells.
2 blocks thrown, probably one over there, Eric Weeman. I thought that block that Weeman had looked pretty good from this vantage point, but I think Steve Bazada had a block in the back. I believe that's what the call will be. We'll see it on the return here in a second. But number 12, there's the block up top there. I thought that was okay, but there is definitely a block in the back right there. So good call by the referee. Ball's going to come back. There it is again.
That one's pretty good.
That's a block by Weeman. That's pretty good. But right there, that is not very good right there. That's a toughie.
So Howells will get the possession, but they will certainly not be all the way down the field. Instead, they'll be back in their own end and have to be asked to move it out again. So far, it's been the Howells offense, 120 yards of offense, just 4 yards offensively for Greeley-Wobach in this first quarter, and there's 2:21 remaining in the quarter. The Class D1 state championship game. St. Mary's the champions of D2 earlier today. 2 more tomorrow, Class C2 and Class A. Eichmeyer, little pass out of the backfield to Jacobowski. Jacobowski, great strength, bowls over Rick Reck, but Reck held him up long enough to allow his teammates to come over. Michael O'Connor and Kevin Nowak finish off the play.
Kevin, the Greeley-Wobach Titans continue to stack people up there. We saw that last defense. Everybody up on the line of scrimmage, everybody in the box, as we talk about. And so Mike Spears trying to loosen things up. They run Jacobowski out of the backfield, a little swing pass out there. Trying to loosen up that defense, get him in the secondary.
2nd and 8. Eichmeyer will keep. Has a little running room, but Greeley-Wobach recovers nicely again. And the tackle out there made by number 28, Jack Rother.
Number 27 here, Justin Musney, trying to block the backer right there, and a great job. That's 56. Travis Herman, second leading tackler on the ball club here this year. Travis Herman, we see why right there. He was actually blocked by 2 people, spun, and got himself back into the hole to make the tackle.
3rd down and 3 from the 30-yard line. Backs in the eye. Eichmeyer on the option. Eichmeyer with running room and a blocker out in front. Eichmeyer, great spin move. And Matt Eichmeyer is going to go all the way for the score. Eichmeyer takes it in for the touchdown. And Howells with a big lead.
I think he touched about everybody in the blue shirt out there on that run. That was a terrific run. Option play. He sees the lane, tucks it and goes. Playing that pitch man pretty deep. Good cut back there. Missed tackle by Jack Rother right there. And then cut it again. Keep your balance right here. And he does it, except right there. he's in the zone right there. That's where it doesn't matter anymore. Go on down and take a little rest.
50 yards for the touchdown for Matt Eichmeyer. Howells leading 18-0. They'll go for 2, and Eichmeyer will throw into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Threw it behind Eric Weeman, and that was just good coverage on that play by Greeley-Wobach.
You know, when you play that many people up tight, like we talked about, Kevin, those things can happen. If you happen to get out to the edge with that kind of speed and balance and endurance, you can make them pay, and that's exactly what Howells did. They made Greeley-Wobach play on that option play on that drive. Just 3 plays, 57 yards. There you see it, 1:18, and of course the big one, that 50-yard run by Eichmeyer.
Well, it's football the way you remember it. Husker football with names like Remington, Frazier, Fryer, and of course Osborne. See highlights of Coach Osborne's 255 wins in 25 years in Husker Century 3, only on NETV. Thrill to the glory of conference championships, national titles, and games that took your breath away. Don't miss Husker Century 3, Tuesday, December 3rd at 8 Central Time, only on NETV.
You know, Kevin, you and I had a great opportunity to host the premiere for that Century 3. That's a great, you got to have that, fans. It's a wonderful tape. Compliments the first 2, and it's just a great tape. So pick it up today. Give them a call. You look at Howell's offense, 156 yards rushing. It's 21 in the air. That's 177 total in the ballgame thus far with 1:03 left here in the first quarter. Greeley, on the other hand, -7 rushing, 11 yards passing for a total of net 4.
Kickoff comes from Joel Kaup. And it's into the end zone, back to the 15-yard line. Howells has done a couple of things well. They've run the ball extremely well, as they wanted to do, and they've kept Greeley-Wobach in their own end most of the first quarter, and Greeley's been unable to get out of it.
And that's that kicking game, as we talked with Mike Spears. You see Mike right there relaying some defense in and some instruction to his defense. But again, that special teams kicking game, Kevin. And again, in high school, fans, once that ball crosses the plane of the goal line, it's an automatic touchback. You cannot run it out. You don't run it out, as we get back to live action here.
Rick Reck on the carry. Very little running room as he's met in the hole by Justin Musney and continues to push his way forward. Not a lot of running room in there.
Said earlier on, Howells defense stingy, giving up just 106 yards on the ground on the average and 46 through the air, and then wrap that all up for 9 points a game they're giving up. So they're a lot like St. Mary's defense earlier on today, Kevin. Very tough and pretty stingy.
2nd and 9 from the 16. Dutcher with pressure from behind. Has a man out there, and it is caught. What a catch by Chris Williams at midfield, and maybe that'll spark this Titan offense. What a grab.
Lots of pressure coming from the backside, too. Tom Bloom, among others, number 54. You don't see it there, but this is about as good as it gets as far as the catch goes. Look at that. Got the feet in, right off to the right to the fingertips. And I tell you what, Chris Williams, a money ball player, 6'2", 180. And he's a senior, and he led the team in the yardage this year, as we said earlier.
1st down and 10 out in midfield now for Greeley-Wobach. Dutcher sets it up on the screen play. Chris Williams trying to find running room. He'll find none. Michael Byer closes it off. And a good defensive play by Howells, but the Bobcats, who thought they came up with a football, it was indeed out on the ground. So the ground did not cause the fumble, and Greeley-Wobach keeps possession, and that is how we will end this first quarter of play in the D1 State Championship. It's been all Howells so far. The Bobcats lead it 18-0.
Programming on NETV is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For 16 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid applications. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
My child go to college.
Which one is best?
Where will the money come from?
What about books?
Room and board. Do you feel you have more questions than answers about your child's college education? Let us help. Countdown to College will have experts to answer your concerns about the next step of your child's learning. Watch Countdown to College.
Coming soon to NETV. From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV.
Along with Adrian Fiala, Larry Putney, and our entire NETV sports production crew, I'm Kevin Kugler. Thanks for being with us tonight on a chilly Thursday night in Lincoln for the start of the busy weekend of state football championships. This is just day one, folks. We're right back here tomorrow morning at 11, and then tomorrow night a big matchup in Class A, and then Saturday we round it out with Class C1 and Class B, a very busy weekend for football. 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line, and Reck will go nowhere again. Howells aid is getting some unbelievable penetration on those running plays. They're just not letting anyone move them.
Steve.
I could change it if you'd like.
Okay, let's do that. We'll go to Cordy. Bizzata that time. Steven Bizzata is who I was talking about. We have an injury on the field, but number 46, Bizzata, again, blocked on the play. Coming across, he was blocked on the play, able to go right through the block and then make the tackle for no gain. Great job, Bizzata.
3rd down and 11. Dutcher looks to throw over the middle. Man is open, and he's got it for the first down. I believe Jack Rother, and he will have a first down for Greeley-Wobach. They convert again on 3rd and long.
Rother the deep hook this time. And Dutcher's going to find him right here. Good protection that time. He had time to throw the football, but he just took the deep hook right at the hash mark. Good toss by Dutcher to just split the defenders there and pick up that first down. They're on the move right here now.
1st down and 10 from the Howells 29. Dutcher to throw again. Williams is out there. Williams makes another tremendous grab at the 2-yard line. What a catch by Chris Williams, who's showing some unbelievable hands.
Coming across, Kevin, that time and hitting that deep seam in front of the zone. Two things on the play: a great route that was run, and now an excellent toss. And three things. Let's call it the catch too. Second great fingertip catch by Chris Williams in the ball game. I was talking to a couple of people that followed this team closely beforehand, and they said this kid here is really a money ball player, and again, he'll make the big play, and we've seen two big plays now from him.
First down and goal. Greeley-Wobach trying to jump right back into this game and make a statement early second quarter. And on the quarterback sneak, Dutcher will be stopped a yard out of the end zone. Second and goal for Greeley-Wobach as the Titans try to punch it in here and get themselves right back into this game, down 18.
Looked like he was going to, that Dutcher was going to go for the touchdown there, but again, Bazada, an excellent play underneath the pile, Kevin. He was the guy who really stopped him dead in his tracks and prevented the touchdown, because it looked like he was in no problem at all. But Bazada, just a sophomore, making the play.
Second down and goal from the 1. Dutcher again trying to get in, and again is stopped short on the option keep. Third down and goal coming up. And you got to figure Greeley-Wobach has 2 more tries, and they'll take 2 more chances to get in from here.
Justin Musney that time, again, part of the action, and Byer stopping the play right up inside. It's tough to run on this bunch up inside. As we heard earlier from Mike Spears, their coach, we get the best middle defense in the state.
Third down and goal from the 1. Dutcher on the sneak, and he did not get in. What a push up front led by Michael Byer, and Dutcher doesn't get in from third and goal. In fact, he loses a yard.
Now it looks like Musney was part of that again. Byer was part of that again, and also we talked about Bazada. He's also part of that whole fracas down there, and they stop it one more time. And wow, Kevin, we've seen some terrific. It's tough to do this down there at the goal line, and to do it 3 times, outstanding. To do it a 4th time, wow, I probably won't believe it.
Fourth down and goal from the 1.5. Play fake. Dutcher looking to throw. Fires across his body into the end zone. Eichmeyer picks it off. And it's a touchback out to the 15-yard line. The Howells defense holds on first and goal from the 2.
Jack Rother trying to take the football away from Eichmeyer on the play. Everybody knows that, again, play action pass, play action fake. Now watch what happens in the end zone here. Hopefully he can pick it up. Eichmeyer has it, but he was down, and it was indeed an interception as Rother tried to take it away and say, hey, I got the football, and it should be a touchdown for us, for the good team, but didn't happen that way. Eichmeyer indeed had control of the football, came down with it, hit the ground, and again, ball bounced out at that point, so not a fumble.
What does that do for both of these teams and their mindset in this game?
That's just a huge negative, obviously, for Greeley. You're there, Kevin, you try it 3 times, you don't get it in, and then everybody knows you're going to probably throw a play action, and there's more live action now.
As Eichmeyer is stuffed in the backfield by that Titan defense trying to recover from the turnover in the red zone, but that's got to be a huge lift again for Howells. They've been moving the ball so well on the ground, and now to have their defense come up after a long drive like that and get a big stop down in the red zone.
And what'll be even more significant now is if Howells is able to take the football and march down the field as they have here in the last few series to put it in the end zone, Kevin. If they do that, it's going to be very, very difficult for Greeley-Wobach to get their attitude and their confidence back into the game.
2nd and 11 on the toss. Jacobowski trying to find running room, and that Titan defense stiffening here as Jacobowski finds little, if any, running room, trying to run over Chris Williams, and he couldn't.
Tried to get the ball up inside, and this time the Greeley-Wobach defense stiffens. Jacobowski very little gain on the play. Let's take a quick look over here. Jacobowski on the evening, 9 carries for 22 yards. Michael Byer, on the other hand, 6 carries for 72 yards. And the quarterback, Matt Eichmeyer, 4 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown. And also Byer has a couple of touchdowns.
3rd down and 10 from their own 15. Eichmeyer, straight drop. Pump fake. Down the sideline. Man is out there. The pass underthrown, and it's incomplete. He had Jacobowski open, underthrew it a bit, and that allowed the defense to recover, it looked like.
Kevin Nowak and Ricky Reck down there on the coverage. And if the ball, Kevin, is thrown, as you said, if it's thrown on the run here, see, now he's got to come back for it. If it's thrown on the run, he's probably, well, right about now he's reaching the end zone. But again, the coverage is there. They catch up to the pass. A lot of, youngsters watching. Sometimes when you get beat deep on there, don't give up on it. Sometimes that ball floats up in the air. And again, it's going against a little bit of a wind here. But it floats up. Now it brings fourth down.
And Matt Eichmeyer, who's been a very busy man, intercepted the pass, then played quarterback. Now will punt for the Howells Bobcats. Reck back and watches it bounce at the 35. It'll take a Howells roll out of bounds near the 30-yard line, and that's where Greeley-Wobach will start, first down and 10. NETV sports coverage of the 2002 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you. By NPPD, always there when you need us. By Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. And by ACE, the Public Alliance for Community Energy, your hometown choice for natural gas. Pass complete to Chris Williams out near the 35-yard line, so a first down gain of 5 for Greeley-Wobach as they take over with 7:19 remaining in this first half, trailing 18-0.
Chris Williams, again, the leading receiver on the ball club coming into the ball game, and he showed us why he is that tonight as he collects another reception. 5 receptions now for 67 yards for Chris Williams.
3 wide receivers to the left of the quarterback. Dutcher in the gun. Looking that direction. Trying to find somebody open. He does, but it's too tall for Jack Rother, and it'll fall incomplete. And that means 3rd and 5 coming up for Greeley-Wobach.
Dutcher again, a little bit of a problem. The ball a little bit high on the throw. Receiver had to go up for it, not able to get his mitts on it. Chris Williams has really been the only player for Greeley-Wobach tonight that's made 2 or 3 great circus-type catches, great acrobatic catches. And everybody else has had a little bit of a problem going up the ladder to try to catch the football.
3rd down and 5, 36-yard line. Greeley-Wobach trailing 18-0. Dutcher looking for somebody open. He's got his man Reck over the middle. Reck has a lot of room down the sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 22-yard line by Jacobowski. A first down for Greeley-Wobach, and another big play on 3rd down.
Watch the pressure here. Blitz was coming. Flushes him out, flushes Dutcher out of the pocket. A lot of empty space there in the hole, as we call it, I mentioned earlier. And it is indeed a completion, and Jacobowski coming over and saving what would have been a touchdown run. Again, good savvy play. He's a good-looking football player out there. Randy Jacobowski, 195 pounds.
First down and 10, 23-yard line of Howells. They give it to Williams. Williams trying to find running room, and he will not get away from Michael Byer. How about Michael Byer, who last week 17 tackles against Friend? He may top that figure in the state championship game.
He's so far, Kevin, we don't have the numbers for that. We'll try to get that at halftime, perhaps. But he is really all over the field on defense, and frankly, all over the field on offense, too. Leading ball carrier for Howells on offense is
Chris Williams, really hobbling up to the line of scrimmage for Greeley-Wobach. 2nd and 12 from the 25. Fires it out. It is caught at the 20-yard line by Jack Rother. Well shy of the first, bringing up 3rd down and 7.
Rother in the split end over on that far side, going to cross here. And Rother takes the out route here. The split end flies down the field, trying to get that guy, number 80. Is that 85, I believe? Is that Miles Danley? I believe it was. Trying to get him to bite on that action going down the far sideline. He did not do any of that. Had the zone coverage on. He stayed with it, made the hit.
3rd down and 7 from the 20. Dutcher trying to convert again on 3rd down. Sidearm pass, and it falls short and incomplete, intended for Kevin Nowak. And Dutcher just could not get it in there to Nowak. It'll be 4th and 7 now for the Titans.
Part of the problem there was that Steven Bazada was bearing down on him. Kevin, he knew that. Tried to make sure that he wasn't sacked back there. Bazada's a leading sack. He leads the sack attack for the Howells Bobcats with 7 this year, trying to get number 8 right there. And Dutcher knew that. Get rid of the football.
4th down and 7 from the 20. Titans to throw again. towards the end zone. Reck is out there, tipped away by Eichmeyer and incomplete again. Second consecutive fourth down play that Eichmeyer has broken up for the Bobcats.
At the interception last time, and now he breaks up this pass. He led the team in interceptions this year with 7. Good pressure by the Bobcat defense as the pocket finally collapses a little bit. And watch this. Eichmeyer, what a great athletic move right there. Youngster knocks it away, trying to see if he could come up with PI number 2, pass interception number 2, but didn't happen. Ball goes over.
Well, that would have been an acrobatic interception. Eichmeyer keeping on the fake, and it's not faking anybody out there as the Titans swarmed over the quarterback. Eichmeyer leading the charge. Number 24, Andrew Steele, who didn't buy the fake on the toss at all.
And there you see number 24. That is Steele. Couple of sacks this year, couple of interceptions. He looks like he wants to play a little ball. Look at him right there. He's huffing and puffing and has the black stuff under his eyes. Elbows all ready to go. They're padded up. Gloves ready. He's been ready all season for this game. So we counted down here in the first, or checked out the second quarter.
18-0. Eichmeyer, the toss a little bit low. It's scooped up, trouble, and a huge loss on the play. Jake Kabowski thrown back all the way down to the 6-yard line. Larry Putney standing by with a report on the Greeley-Wobach sideline.
Up that ankle, you can see the tape wrapped around it. He said he just rolled it a little bit, but he's planning on going back into the game. But you see he's favoring it just a little bit.
And he's still limping a little bit as we see Chris Williams heavily taped, trying to. You don't want to miss that state championship game. It'll have plenty of time to heal.
You know, you don't want to miss any of the action. As look out, here goes Eichmeyer.
3rd and 24, and Eichmeyer down the sideline, and he is out of bounds at the 29-yard line. He's about 2 yards shy of the first. Eichmeyer out of bounds, gets 22 on 3rd and 24.
Look at the blocking going on here. We talked about the great blocking. That was number 27, Justin Mosney, that pulled from the left guard position to lead the play up inside the hole on the right. And this young man is probably one of the toughest players on the football team. And his coach, Spears, he really likes the way he plays that guard. Great speed. They almost had him at running back this year. He played a little bit of that last year.
Here's confidence in your offense. Going for it, 4th and 2 on the 29-yard line. And Eichmeyer on the keeper. He has the first down for the Bobcats of Howells. And Mike Spears sending a big message to his offensive aide out there.
You bet, Kevin. Again, they want to control the ball, and boy, have they done it thus far. Take a quick look here. Yardage-wise, Howells 164 yards, making it 167 now. 188 total on offense, 21 on the ground, while Greeley has 97 yards, just 10, actually minus 10 rushing and 107 passing.
First down and 10, 32-yard line. Eichmeyer fumbles, and he'll just pounce on it and lose a few yards back to the 27-yard line. Eichmeyer didn't want to take any chances on that one, just covered it up and kept the possession.
Boy, you really don't like to give away dead plays like that, and that's what mishandling of the ball or miscommunication, whatever it may be, creates a dead play, and it gives you just a long yardage situation now, 2nd and 15.
3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining first half. Howells with the football, leading 18-0. The toss again. Jake Kabowski. Oh, that's Miles Danley, his first carry of the day in the backfield. And Danley out to the 34-yard line, picks up 7 yards. Still 3rd and long upcoming now for Howells as Miles Danley gets his first carry of the state championships.
Danley had over 432 yards on the season, 73 carries. Mike Spears there checking his offense out, making sure the right personnel are in. But Danley showed some pretty good speed and quickness up inside there. Just a short game, but looking good on the play.
3rd down and 9 from the 33-yard line. Eichmeyer, pressure comes. The pass tipped away by Michael O'Connor. Great play by the defensive end, the senior for Greeley-Wobach.
You know, Kevin, they went to block him, and he just did the old little swim move on him. You'll see it here in a moment. Number 44 coming from the right-hand side. Well, we won't see that move, but he just swung the old right arm right over the back of the blocker and just went right to his backside, pushed him out of the way, came right in on the passer, and then put the pressure on and knocked the ball away. Excellent work, Michael O'Connor. Michael, a senior, 3 sacks on the year.
4th down and 9 from the 33, and punt time now for the Bobcats with 2:34 remaining first half. Ike Meyer, the quarterback, the defensive back, and the punter, sends this one downfield, and it goes right into the arms of Reck at the 20, and Reck brought down at the 25-yard line. Well, be sure to join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time for the Class C2 championship game as the Lawrence Nelson Raiders take on the Creighton Bulldogs. We have complete coverage of all the 2002 Nebraska State High School football championship games right here on NETV, Nebraska's home for sports.
A little repeat action by Lawrence Nelson. We saw him last year, Kevin.
Creighton, a newcomer to the field here this year. We're looking forward to seeing that game tomorrow morning. Looking to throw, and now just looking to run, and a big hole to run through for Jack Rother. Rother with a big first down into Howells territory at the 35-yard line. Well, when you can't throw it, try running it.
Well, Rother had some time back there. They did reverse action here. You'll see it again. Counter action there. Reverse comes back. Now Rother's trying to set up and throw the ball, but everybody is covered. He's not too sure what's happening downfield, so next best thing you do is head upfield. He tried to do that and made a pretty good deal of it and got a first down.
At the 35 of Howells, 1st down and 10. Fires it out to Reck, just overthrown. Rick Reck almost able to pull that in, and Dutcher just misses him by about a yard.
Reck coming from the right side, deep crossing pattern, double coverage. Dutcher throws a nice football, Kevin, although his throws for the most part tonight have been a little bit overthrown. Williams has been able to make up for a couple of those with great catches. But again, Dutcher just 9 of 20 tonight. Get on target. We might have ourselves a good ball game here.
2nd down and 10. Looking to throw down the sideline. Williams is out there. Taped ankle and all. He's got it. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Huge play with 1:51 remaining in the first half. And the Titans are back in it.
Trying to get up on his feet is Chris Williams. He has that bad ankle, as you see right there, and it may do it here. As Dutcher again, great job of standing in, avoiding pressure there, and then letting it fly and put it right on the pylon down there. As you see Chris Williams in for the score. That's a tough play. There's some good coverage down there too. I think it was Musney that was on the coverage, Kevin, and. It's a well-thrown football, and Williams still having problems with that ankle.
What a gutty performance by that young man as he is in obvious pain on the sideline. They'll go for 2, trailing 18-6. And they'll throw for it. Reck in the corner of the end zone, cannot pull it in, just off the hands. Jacobowski on the coverage for the Howells Bobcats. So with 1:51 remaining, one more look at the try for 2.
Trying to get it, trying to throw just a little bit of a fade, and Ricky Reck off his fingertips. Ricky Reck, great speed. Speed not a factor down there in that end zone on that particular play, though. He won the 400-meter state championship. And there you see how it happened. 3 plays, just 3 plays, 55 yards very quickly, 34 seconds. And again, that 35-yard pass for the score. Mike Spears trying to shake his team up now, Kevin. They wanted to keep that shutout up on the board, but did not happen.
Well, we'd like to hear from you via the email. What do you think about this sports program you're watching right now? Just log on to net.unl.edu and click on the comments link at the bottom of the screen. Dennis Hurlbert, the coach of Greeley-Wobach, brought his Greeley team to the state championship game a year ago. Now they've joined up with Wolbach, first year of the merger, and, well, picking up where he left off last year, right back at Memorial Stadium.
Played with some of the guys that maybe you didn't get along with so well before, but it's all worked out well. And like you said, they go to the show together. They drive in each other's towns and played baseball together, so why not play football together? And they did that. Chris Williams, by the way, 6 receptions, 102 yards on the evening thus far, and 1 touchdown.
Kickoff taken at the 10-yard line. Looking for some running room. It's Miles Danley, and Danley with a decent return out to the 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for Howells. They still have 1:45 with which to work and an 18-6 lead on the scoreboard.
Still time to get it done. Again, remember, this is a shorter field. This field's 20 yards shorter than the regulation field, a little bit narrower also. Still time to get it done, especially when you have a player like Matt Eichmeyer back there who can throw it and run it equally well. Presents a lot of difficulties for a defense.
Williams with that bad ankle back out there defensively for Greeley-Wobach. Eichmeyer sets up to throw, fires over the middle. It is caught by Weeman. Weeman with a nice move. Running room down the sidelines. Williams chasing him along with Reck, and Weeman down to the 21-yard line of Greeley-Wobach. Who says Howells can't throw the football?
Well, that was their actually their 8th pass on the night, so I think they've equaled their season's output right there in terms of attempts anyway, Kevin. But see the replay here. Weeman showed just good savvy out on the field there, letting the defender take himself out of the play with his momentum, cutting back, and then 2 or 3 people end up making the play.
Larry Putney's down on the field with a quick comment. Larry?
Guys, Eric Weeman, what a tough kid. Earlier this game in the playoffs against Bloomfield, he actually split his lip. They didn't have any stitches on the sideline. No Novocaine either, but he had it stapled together so he'd get back on the field and play. A doctor was actually there who had that capability and stapled his lip together.
Man, now that's wanting to play. If I cut my lip on this broadcast, you have not got my permission to staple it together. Just let it bleed.
I'll tell you what, if you or I did that, we'd be out the door
yes,
trying to find somebody to pat us on the head. That's that old adage, and women plays by that old adage. If I'm hurt, just rub a little dirt on it, and I'm ready to go. In this case, just put a staple in my lip, and I'm ready to go.
Well, there's one thing about putting dirt on it, but having somebody staple you together,
that hurts just even thinking about it. So, youngster is a tough kid. He's a linebacker, nose guard. He plays it all. He does whatever he needs to do to help this team out. 97 tackles on the year, but again, helping his team out. Receiving the football is Mike Spears again giving instructions, Kevin, to see if they can get the ball in the end zones. We talked about plenty of time to get the ball down the field and put one on the board, and that's what they're aiming to do right here.
2nd down and 6 on the 17-yard line. A touchdown here for Howells would really steal away that momentum that Greeley-Wobach grabbed moments ago with that long touchdown pass. 18-6, Howells with the lead. 2nd down and 6. The toss to Jacobowski, and he'll have very little room to roam. Good tackle by Travis Herman, who stood him up and waited for help from his defensive counterparts.
Well, there are 8 people on each side, and I saw 2 blue jerseys standing at the end of that play. So Jacobowski attracts a lot of folks, you might say. 6 people over there trying to make it go.
3rd down and 6. Eichmeyer on the option to Jacobowski, and he is tripped up at the 14-yard line. Chris Williams, bad ankle and all, got him around the ankles first. And a timeout taken by Howells to figure out their next move with 33 seconds remaining. They're facing a 4th down and 3, leading 18-6.
Trying to decide here just what they want to run. Of course, we talked about their passing or lack of passing earlier on, so limit to running.
Wednesday night at 7:30 Central Time on NETV. Next Exit wants you to meet a man whose father went to Boys Town instead of prison and was forever changed by the experience. Plus, see how the annual Women's Wilderness Weekend transforms city girls into survivors. And meet a young woman who was transformed emotionally, physically, and spiritually by a terrible accident. Don't miss Next Exit next Wednesday night at 7:30 Central Time on NETV. We'll see what the Bobcats of Howells do here on 4th down and 3 from the Greeley-Wobach 14-yard line. They will go. Do they go to the air or do they keep it on the ground?
Well, it was interesting. Larry Putney down in the sidelines for us was in that conversation. Here goes the play.
Eichmeyer throws over the middle, caught, 1st down, and Weeman is down to the 3-yard line. 26 seconds remaining in the half. The clock stops while they reset the chains and reset the football. 1st and goal from the 3. Howells ready to go already at the line. Eichmeyer will just spike it and save the Bobcats' last timeout. 2nd down coming up.
Very, very good call, that last pass play. They flared a receiver out to the right. They sent a receiver down the middle. Flared another receiver out to the left, and then held Weeman in for about a count or 2. We saw that play earlier, Kevin. Held him in for a count or 2 on just a little bit of a block there. And he sneaks out over the middle. The middle is open. Good Good throw, good catch, and a first down. The second down now coming up.
2nd and goal from the 3. Eichmeyer to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. What a bullet of a pass into the end zone. And the score for Howells with 20 seconds remaining.
Great job. Play action here happens very fast. Watch this. Boom. Step up three steps, and there it goes. And there is indeed the touchdown pass. Looks like number 83. That's Brett Ortmeyer. Is that correct?
Brett Ortmeyer it is Ortmeyer with the touchdown grab.
Just his 2nd touchdown on the year for Brett Ortmeyer. But again, it just happened so quick.
On the option. Nice catch by Danley, and he scoots towards the goal line. He will not get in. Boy, he did a heck of a job just pulling that in and then tried to keep his balance and could not do it.
Just hit that knee just before he got into the end zone, but they do put up the points as we discussed earlier. They now make the score 24-6. Howells in the lead.
So the Bobcats out in front by 18 with 20 seconds remaining here in this first half, trying to close out the first half on top. If you'd like a copy of the high school football game you're watching right now, log on to net.unl.edu and click on the sports link or call 800-228-4630. NETV is Nebraska's home for sports.
Howells thus far in the ball game, 242 yards of total offense, 176 on the ground, 66 through the air, and they are 6 for 10 passing, Kevin. And wow, we're going to have to talk to Mike Spears after the game about this. We might have a celebration here.
I think he sold us a bill of goods in our conversation.
They've been very, very effective, again, mixing the pass in this evening. They've still relied on the run, as the numbers would tell you, as I just mentioned. But again, that passing game, again, effective. Not a lot of it, but effective.
And the kickoff, a squib kick, bounces at the 10-yard line. Reck looking for running room for Greeley-Wobach, and he'll get it out to the 23-yard line. 15 seconds remain in the half. And Greeley-Wobach with a couple of shots here if they want to take them, or if they'd rather just get into the locker room trailing by 18 and talk this one over. We'll see what that man decides to do.
You bet. There's the head coach right there, Dennis Hurlburt. Assistant coaches, Bill Steele and Brad Williams. First year in the state finals under the consolidated operation of the cooperative schools, as we talked about.
They'll try and go out of the gun on first down. Looking to throw down the middle of the field. Reck is out there and just overthrown again at the Howells 15-yard line.
We'll see it again here as Brian Ducher is going to roll right. Gives himself a little more time and it steps up. And you know, Kevin, he throws a really nice pass. But he's just got to cut it down just a little bit. And he's on the money. This is a lot closer football game than what we have right now, 24-6. Majority of his passes tonight have been over the heads of his receivers. 10 for 22 and an interception, but they picked up 142 yards in the air.
2nd down and 10 from the 23. He'll throw again. Steps into the pocket. Down the middle of the field. Reck is out there, and Reck has it knocked away at the last minute by Eichmeyer again. Boy, is he playing a tremendous safety position tonight.
About the 3rd or 4th time now that Eichmeyer has been a factor on a deep route, deep ball going down the middle, and he knocked that one away. Reck was there. His hands were out, ready to catch, ready to go to the zone. But that guy right there, Matt Eichmeyer, put it away.
Tremendous way to cap off a very exciting first half here in the Class D1 State High School Football Championship. And Howells goes into the locker room with a 24-6 lead over the Titans of Greeley-Wobach. And a very exciting and a very, I guess, kind of what we expected to see from Howells in that first half, although Howells a little more effective through the air than I think either of us expected to see in that first half. Larry Putney is standing by down on the field to talk with Dennis Hurlburt of Greeley-Wobach.
Dennis, first quarter, you managed just 5 yards total offense, but in the second quarter, did you make a conscious decision? You're just going to have to go up top?
We're going to have to throw. Needless to say, we can't handle the people up front on our run. We should have had 2 touchdowns. When you get down there, you got to score, and we didn't get the job done, so that's why that score is the way it is. They're going to kick off to us, so it's very important that we take that ball and put it in the end zone so we can get a fighting chance for it anyway.
Defensively, how do you slow them down?
Well, our defense, the second quarter, has really shut them down realistically, and they're doing their job. Right now, our offense is not doing their job, and that's what we got to get taken care of this second half.
All right, Dennis, we'll let you get to the halftime locker room. Guys, at the half, they're down 24-6, and you should have seen his reaction on the sideline when that last pass was just tipped away at the last second.
A frustrating night indeed through the first half for the Greeley-Wobach Titans. They trail at halftime to Howells 24-6.
From executive producer Robert Redford. Detective Leaphorn trusts hard facts. Officer Chi, ancient tradition. 3 vicious murders test their beliefs as they try to catch an elusive killer before it kills again. Skinwalkers.
Sunday night at 8 Central Time on NETV.
If you've got a job waiting for you outside,
this is just an old clay pot,
or inside, Nebraska ETV is here to lend a helping hand. First, head outside to tour spectacular gardens from around the world and get some practical advice for your own backyard on Victory Garden. Then, do it yourself and get a professional-looking finish with step-by-step advice from your friends on Home Time. If it's out with the old and in with the new, this old house can help update your historical home with some modern-day improvements. So dig in and do it yourself with a little help from your friends every Saturday morning on Nebraska ETV.
Next time on Ken Burns' American Stories.
He said later, "It is impossible to imagine how a man could experience a thunderclap like that and still live."
You feel as though he's given up on God, life, the whole bit, and then he comes through, he rallies.
I came in with Halley's Comet, and I expect to go out with it.
The final chapter of Mark Twain on Ken Burns' American Stories.
Monday night at 8 Central Time on NETV. NETV is a service of the Nebraska Educational Telecommunications Commission.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. We're at halftime of the Class D1 State High School Football Championships, where Howells leads Greeley-Wobach 24-6 here at halftime. We're pleased to be joined at halftime by Bob Colgate, Assistant Director of the NSAA. And one of the things we like to do, and we're going to do throughout these high school football championships, is not only talk about the games that are going on, and we'll certainly do plenty of that, but we want to highlight some of the sports that aren't getting maybe all of the coverage that football is getting. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit of the girls golf state championships. Talk about girls golf and how the tournament went this year.
The girls state golf tournament this year in Grand Island went well. The weather cooperated. That's usually our biggest concern. It did work out just fine. Grand Island does a great job hosting the tournament. With our 3 classes, we play on 3 courses in Grand Island. We played Class A this year at Riverside Country Club. Class B was played at Jackrabbit Run, and Class C was played at Indian Head.
It's always an iffy proposition. Fall and golf sometimes don't go very well in Nebraska. I would imagine there have been some times where the golf tournament hasn't been as kind weather-wise.
Well, we see a little tougher weather in the spring for our boys' tournaments. This fall, though, the girls, we did have to delay it just a little bit one day for frost, one morning on one of our courses, but for the most part, it's a little cool when we start getting into mid-October, but all in all, it went well.
What about the growth of girls golf in the state of Nebraska at the high school level? Are you seeing it grow and progress throughout different high school classes?
Over the last couple of years, Kevin, they've expanded our classifications. We're seeing more and more schools getting involved. The other thing we're starting to see is more and more teams getting more young golfers out and participating.
Well, it's certainly, as we're watching some highlights of the girls golf tournament in action, Nebraska golf at the college level has become very, very solid in the women's game, and I would imagine that as it grows in the high school level, you're going to continue to feed some of that great talent into the University of Nebraska and other universities across the country.
We're seeing more and more girls going off playing in the collegiate ranks, not only in Nebraska, but seeing more in the junior college ranks that have the women's golf programs right now, and some of them trying to explore the amateur route.
Well, as you take a look at some of these highlights of the girls state golf championships, Grand Island, as you mentioned, a great job in hosting this tournament. Has it always been in Grand Island?
It's been a variety of sites throughout the last couple of years. What we tried to do with all 3 classes, we try and locate an area and they put in bids for it to host. And with it being in Grand Island, we've got 3 courses right there and it works very well.
Talk about how the format of the tournament, how it's run over how much time, and what the format is for the girls.
Well, what we do, we go through district qualification where teams qualify and individuals qualify. From there, that makes up our tournament field that we take to Grand Island. We play on the 3 courses. Each course, we play 18 holes. Each day, 36 holes. Tournament total, each class is assigned 1 course in.
Girls Golf State Championships played just a few weeks ago, and you can see the weather a little bit nicer than it is here tonight, a little chilly here at the State Football Championships. And I know, Bob, you're also part of getting the football championships put together. Well, we're almost through day number 1. Everything going smoothly on the football end?
Very well. You know, when you get to this time of year, the weather here again becomes an issue. We couldn't ask for a better fall day.
Bob Colgate is joining us. He's the assistant director of the NSAA. What goes in behind the scenes? We see what happens here, getting the teams on the field, getting these guys out here and playing the game of football. That's the easy part. What goes on behind the scenes for you guys?
Well, the actual preparation for tonight's state finals in the next 2 days actually started back in August. When the teams were starting their season, we were making the preparations for the state football finals, working with the University of Nebraska, who do an excellent job providing the facilities and the support staff for us to be able to do this.
We'd be remiss if we didn't show you the results in the girls' state high school golf championships. Let's look at these. Lincoln Pius, Omaha Duchesne, and Minden winning in girls golf. Is there a power in girls golf? Is there a state power that is a traditional champion in girls golf?
I think you're starting to see more and more teams play consistent golf all the way through. One team dominating over another in each class, I really couldn't say so much right now, because year in, year out, it's pretty consistent on who's going to be towards the top, but I really right now wouldn't say anyone's dominating the sport.
Well, Bob, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck the rest of this weekend and with the rest of the events in the NSAA.
Thank you.
Bob Colgate joining us here at halftime, where it is a runaway so far. The Howells Bobcats leading over Greeley-Wobach 24-6 at the break.
Oh, it's story time. We'll read the story about the big dog. Yes, on the way to school.
Always there when you need us. Nebraska Public Power District, together with your local public power utility.
Programming on the Nebraska ETV network is made possible in part by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
It's the value of responsive customer service to make healthcare simple. It's the value of a statewide network of doctors and hospitals to make healthcare accessible. It's the value of a plan that works to make healthcare practical. That's the value of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
The Blues are good.
And a good value.
For you.
Saturday, November 23rd on the Nebraska Public Radio Network, hear A Car Talk Christmas Carol. All your favorite National Public Radio hosts appear in this unusual take on the Dickens classic. It'll be a great opportunity to pick up Car Talk gifts just in time for the holidays. Don't miss the Car Talk Marathon Saturday morning, November 23rd at 9 Central, 8 Mountain on the Nebraska Public Radio Network.
It's fast and furious. It's volleyball the Nebraska way. Find out the latest news from the team right from the source, Coach John Cook. Go behind the scenes with the John Cook Volleyball Show, Tuesday nights at 8 Central Time, only on any TV2. Nebraska Volleyball. It'll take your breath away. From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV.
Howells Bobcats 24, the Greeley-Wobach Titans 6 here at halftime in the Class D1 State High School Football Championships. Happy to be joined here at halftime by Stu Pospisil, who covers everything high school for the Omaha World Herald and covers it well, and we're certainly glad to have you here, Stu. Before we talk about this matchup here in D1, let's go back to this morning in the Class D2 matchup. A defensive struggle, kind of rare for 8-man football.
Kind of rare, but they had the athletes to pull it off. O'Neill St. Mary wins its first 8-man title, first title overall since 1984, 22-8 over Lindsay Holy Family. Nice defensive struggle, only one score a quarter, and game went kind of fast compared to this one.
Well, with a team that's going to throw a lot, and I guess you expect to see what we're seeing a little bit tonight. Teams putting it in the air. 8-man football, 3 of the 4 teams in the championship, they make their bread and butter. They make the job done with the run these days.
Well, that's the traditional bread and butter. Mike Simons was a good thrower for St. Mary. He kind of got grounded today. But this Brian Dutcher, everything we had heard about him, he's putting the ball up, I think, 22 times so far first half. Once he got into a little rhythm, he started moving them. They had, I think, 4 yards through almost the first quarter, and now they're up to about 160. And Howells, though, is just power football. And the guys that I saw back in October against Humphrey St. Francis are doing the job again tonight. Eichmeyer and Bayer and Weeman's is healthiest this year, and this doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights of the first half of action, and you get a look at some of the power play by Howells, and they've done it on the ground. Of course, a turnover stymies the drive there as Greeley-Wobach is able to get it back, saving another touchdown. But you watch Eichmeyer, and this kid is just flat out fun to watch.
Oh, this run where he bounces off Weeman and keeps his feet and goes all the way in. Just a classic highlight reel run. And nice catch here by Chris Williams to keep Greeley-Wobach in it, and then Eichmeyer shows he can pass himself.
Yeah, it's been an interesting and an entertaining first half, and you have to tip your hat to Chris Williams of Greeley-Wobach, obviously in pain, and yet he's still able to go out and go over 100 yards receiving in the first half.
Well, I think when you get to this stage, if all you can walk, you're going to want to be on that field, and you see that determination in a lot of these kids.
Well, about a minute left, Stu, and I want to ask you very quickly about the Class A game tomorrow night, a battle of 1 and 2, Millard North and Lincoln Southeast. I think if you'd asked us at the beginning of the year, most people would have predicted that matchup in the state championship.
Yes, most of us did. Fortunately, I don't get too many number ones all the way through. It's going to be a battle of the lines tomorrow night. I think that Southeast has come on with its line. Millard North has had a consistently solid line all year. If Southeast can neutralize it, they're going to stay in the game. But does Southeast have an answer for John McCardle?
Well, that'll be the big question. Stu Pospisil of the Omaha World Herald, thanks so much for your time. We'll talk with you soon.
You're welcome.
Stu Pospisil joining us here at halftime, and it's all Howells so far in this first half. They lead it 24-6 over Greeley-Wobach.
He has a madness no medicine can cure.
I think about plants more than anything else.
And it drives him to the ends of the earth.
The former hostages have been searching for rare orchids in a particular...
Even being kidnapped did not cure his obsession.
We need to go to a place where no botanist has ever been.
Now Nova's cameras join him on his newest quest. Orchid Hunter.
Tuesday night at 8 Central Time on any TV.
Fred Rogers has entertained and educated children for more than 30 years through his extraordinary public television program, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. This July, in a White House ceremony, for his dedication to the well-being of children, his faith, his family, and for a career that demonstrates the importance of kindness, compassion, and learning, Fred received the highest civil honor our nation can bestow, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Congratulations, Mr. Rogers. We're all lucky to have a neighbor like you.
Saturday, November 23rd on the Nebraska Public Radio Network, hear a Car Talk Christmas Carol. All your favorite National Public Radio hosts appear in this unusual take on the Dickens classic. It'll be a great opportunity to pick up Car Talk gifts just in time for the holidays. Don't miss the Car Talk Marathon Saturday morning, November 23rd at 9 Central, 8 Mountain on the Nebraska Public Radio Network.
It's fast and furious. It's volleyball the Nebraska way. Find out the latest news from the team right from the source, Coach John Cook. Go behind the scenes with the John Cook Volleyball Show, Tuesday nights at 8 Central Time only on any TV2. Nebraska Volleyball. It'll take your breath away. NETV is a service of the Nebraska Educational Telecommunications Commission.
Howells leading it 24-6 at halftime over the Greeley-Wobach Titans. Adrian Fiala, Kevin Kugler with you upstairs, and the third member of our broadcast crew, the always engaging Larry Putney. He's standing by down on the field with the Howells head coach. Mike Spears.
Well, thank you, Kevin. And Mike, how big was it to score going in there at half?
Oh, I think that was a big momentum switch for us. They really kind of started to throw the ball on us and moving the ball a little bit. We had some breakdowns in our coverage. So to put that score on, I wish we could have got an extra point in. Luckily, they didn't get their extra point in, so it's still a 2-touchdown lead. We just need, we need to get some of our extra points.
You held the Titans to just 5 total yards in that first quarter, but they came back. Obviously, they've made a decision. They're going to throw the ball. What do you do?
We got to get more pressure. We're just not getting any pressure. We've been trying to run some zone where we were actually dropping a D lineman off, and he's just too good a quarterback to do that. So, we thought we maybe could get some pressure with 2 guys. We got to do something to get some more pressure on him.
Offensively, you like what you're doing?
Yeah, so far, they're kind of that basically a 4-4 that they're running. We missed some blocks on it at times where we had some big plays. If we get the blocks, we just got to do a better job of blocking them up front.
Mike, best of luck.
Thank you.
A coach that's always energetic, that's always fired up, and Mike Spears has a lot to be fired up for after that first half. And let's take a look at your first half statistics. Yardage on the ground, dominant aid in favor of the Howells Bobcats.
176 to 110, Kevin. And again, it evens up a little bit, or not evens up, it gets closer in the passing game. As you see, the Titans have 142 yards in the air, while the Bobcats just 66. Everything else pretty square. 10 out of 23 passing for Brian Dutcher. And I did confirm that it is indeed Dutcher. We were calling him, I was calling him Dutcher, and Kevin had the right pronunciation. We apologize to the family, but be that as it may, here we go.
I won't take any credit for that.
No.
You get lucky on these, and we certainly try our best to make sure that all the pronunciations are as correct as possible. But I can guarantee you that Adrian and I will both mispronounce several names throughout the weekend. It's just the nature of doing 12 teams in 3 days.
Well, sometimes it happens, but again, we've got to correct it. I checked it out, and we'll go at it from there. And now what is this, the kickoff man? Must be the kickoff man getting ready to, that's number 84. That's Joel Kopp. Getting ready to kick off, I presume. I'm not sure why else he'd be taping that toe up like that. They used to tie it up, Kevin. You remember the old days?
I can remember that, yeah.
They used to tie it up, and I think that was ruled illegal or against the rules. They just wrote a rule against it anymore. So can't tie it up, but you sure can tape it up, I guess. So let's try that.
Probably the same effect for the most part, and the kicker Joel Kopp will come out and get ready to boot it downfield. Greeley-Wobach, you'll remember, on the coin flip, Howells won the toss, and they elected to receive. They wanted the football. They took it out, marched it down, and scored their first touchdown on that opening drive. And so we'll see if the strategy works here in this second half. Greeley-Wobach is very happy to get the football, but as you heard Dennis Hurlburt say right before the end of the first half, as his team headed off to the locker room, we have got to do something with this football in the opening possession.
Yeah, he talked about throwing the ball as a kickoff is downfield, and we're underway.
Taken at the 2-yard line by Chris Williams, who comes out without any tape on his ankle, and he's driven down at the 14-yard line. Justin Musney with the stop at the 14, and Greeley-Wobach takes over there.
Tough hit to start the ball game there for Chris Williams. As Kevin said, he had that bad ankle in the first half. Still has it, but the tape is underneath the sock now as opposed to on top. And he'll see he's favoring it just a little bit when he walks right there. But again, this is the state championship, guys. I'm playing. Just tape it up. I'm going.
First down and 10 from the 14. The give again to O'Connor, and O'Connor across the 15 down to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 3 yards on first down. And so Greeley-Wobach, when everybody came out expecting them to throw, they run on first down and pick up 3.
Well, you got to cross them up. Keep that chess match going out there. Tom Bloom that time, the linebacker, the defensive end, I beg your pardon, stepped around along with help from the linebacker, Eric Weeman.
Dutcher looks to throw on 2nd and 7. Fires it out, and it's almost intercepted. Justin Musney had it and dropped it at the 13-yard line.
Good coverage over there by Musney. Watch this here. Trying to fit the ball into Andrew Steele right there, and boy, you had no chance at all. Not sure where Dutcher was headed with that pass, Kevin. If anything, you got to try to touch it up over the top. But he was trying to throw it right through the coverage, and wow, if Musney hangs on to that one, well, our score right now is 30-6.
He had nobody in front of him, that's for sure. 3rd and 7. Dutcher steps up away from pressure. Sends his receiver down the sideline. Well covered, and Eichmeyer picks it off at the 27-yard line. Good coverage again by Eichmeyer on Chris Williams, and he picks it off for the second time.
That was tremendous coverage by Eichmeyer. We have seen him play excellent at quarterback, and now showing, again, standing out on defense back there in the secondary as Dutcher is going to wind up. He's pressured again, gets out of the pocket, and then just lets her go. And Eichmeyer just step for step down. He turns on the football perfectly. That's Chris Williams, number 6, becomes a defender on the play. But Eichmeyer gets his second pass interception on the evening.
And now Eichmeyer to work on the ground, and Eichmeyer will pick up 8 yards, moving it out to the 36-yard line, 2 yards shy of the first.
Line taking him to the right-hand side, and he thinks maybe about going to the outside, but sees a lot of green to his left. Cuts back against the grain. I didn't notice he's got a lot of that black stuff on his eyes too that goes all the way down his cheek and all the way to his ear, it looks like.
Well painted, shall we say.
A little artistic there.
In case the sun pops out here in the middle of the night, he'll be ready. Second down and a yard to go on a first down run for Michael Byer, and much more. Good strength, good power down to the 34-yard line of Greeley-Wobach.
Taking it right over the right side here. There you see Byer. Look at those blocks right there in that hole. You saw Eric Weeman come across, and Brian Kalia, the offensive right guard, just step up, step to their left, and seal the block.
Downstairs once again to Larry Putney.
Guys, Mike Spears, the head coach for the Howell Bobcats in his 7th year, really one of the bright young coaches in the state of Nebraska. Very unusual. He calls both the offense and defensive plays for this team. You know, earlier today we saw another young coach, Tony Allen. He had an offensive and defensive coordinator, but everything that happens out here is done because Mike Spears calls it, both offensively and defensively. Very unusual for a head coach.
Boy, you think Frank Solich is getting some heat for being the offensive coordinator. Right. Imagine him taking the defensive coordinator job on as well.
Just going to head that direction myself. Little different gig, as we say, here with Howells. But, again, Mike Spears, there he is right there. Good-looking young coach. He said the run opens and closes our offense, and we have seen that tonight. Almost 200 yards rushing tonight for the Bobcats.
Eichmeyer, nice cutback and a good recovery made on the play by Travis Herman, who would not let Eichmeyer get away from him, and he got him around the ankles. Minimal gain on the play for Matt Eichmeyer.
Herman there, Shane Ryan 55 also there. He tried to use that counter action going the other way, takes the ball, turns around, sort of looks like he's going to flip the ball back to the other side, trying to get the backers and the linemen to go to that direction and then just come right back the other way on the counter action. Didn't happen that time as the Titans were ready for the play.
3rd down and 9. Eichmeyer to throw over the middle. He's got his man Weeman, and Weeman fumbles the football, and Greeley-Wobach comes up with it. Weeman caught it, fumbled it, and Kevin Nowak recovers for the Titans.
Third time we've seen that play tonight, Kevin. But see Weeman down there, he's going to block. See how he sets that up, and that causes the backers just to lose track of where he is. But this time, they keep track of him, and Rother hits him just right, coughs up the football, and the ball goes over. But you saw that was a great shot because that kind of shows exactly what I've been talking about all night. The play sets up that tight end blocks for a count. You try just to get lost in the flush, and then you sneak out there, and you're wide open. He was wide open, but just did not hang on to the football.
Out of the gun on 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Dutcher gets out of trouble. He'll scoot down the sidelines, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Let's look at that fumble again. I'm not sure he ever had control of the football, and I want to see if we've got another angle of that. Let's see if we can take a look at that fumble again that came over. Watch it again.
Should be able to tell right here. We were shaded out. Yeah, I think he did.
Took about a step and a half before it was pop free. It held on his hip there.
Yeah. I think he had control. I'd call that a control or a possession.
Awfully close, but
very close, but I think good call.
Greeley-Wobach will certainly take it here, down 24-6. To throw over the middle. It is caught by Jack Rother, and Rother should have the first down to the 39-yard line. And Greeley-Wobach keeps the drive going, converting on 2nd and 3, and turns into another first down.
Weeman did not put the football away up under the arm, but you can have control of the football without doing that. He He had the ball. He took a step or two and put the ball right down on the hip. And actually, I think he had control of the ball. It was a good hit. Took it away.
First down and 10, 39-yard line. Dutcher to throw. Fires it over the middle, well overthrown. Intended for Jack Rother, and he missed him badly.
Dutcher taking a big hit from Steven Bazada again, the defensive end over there on that left side. Bazada put on 50 pounds between last year and this year. Weighed 170 this year, or last year. Stepped up to 220 this year, Kevin. And wow, I thought I put on a lot of weight over the season. He has
50 pounds.
50 pounds, 170 to 220.
Now that's a good weight gain. Second, and that's a lot of milkshakes.
Takes the wrinkles out.
I would say so. Second down carry. Very little running room up the middle for the tailback Rick Reck as he runs into Eric Weeman. Weeman, who missed the first 5 games of the year with a hamstring injury, is back in true form. As Stu Pospisil told us at halftime, he's the healthiest he's been all season tonight in the state championship game. And boy, that's a great time to get healthy for this kind of a game.
Well, he does a great job over there on that right end, at tight end, as we've seen on the right side, and great defensive play.
Third down and 11. Over the middle, and what a play made as they toss it behind to Travis Herman. Herman down the sideline to the 15 and stopped at the 14 by Eichmeyer. Travis Herman, the guard, takes the little pitch after the catch, and he rumbles for a big gain.
Chris Williams on the reception, kind of the old hook and lateral as we used to call it in the old days. And who's there to make the play? It's Eichmeyer.
Terrific play.
Well done, well executed. Must have gone unbalanced to make him eligible, and you go from there.
First down and 10 from the 14. The toss play to Reck, looking for running room. Reck still on his feet, sheds a tackle, and is down to the 9-yard line. Good, strong run. Best run of the night for Rick Reck. Larry Putney standing by with more down on the sidelines.
Guys, you take a look at this, the replay of this play, that old hook and ladder. Don't be surprised if you see a few more trick plays out of this Greeley-Wobach club. They have 3 quarterbacks in the game at the same time. All 3 played quarterback at some point during last year. Dutcher, Williams, and Rother. In fact, you saw it in the first half. Rother off the reverse trying to throw the ball, so we might see some more of that.
Dutcher to throw here on the play fake on second down and 5 into the end zone and right through the hands of Jacobowski, who almost came up with another huge interception for the Bobcats in the end zone.
Williams, the intended receiver that time, coming off the slot over there on that far side, and he was open for a long time right down the inside half, right along the hash mark for quite a while. If Dutcher would have been able to spot him there and get him the football, easy 6, but he didn't see him till later. He was back in the corner, and Jacobowski was over there, Kevin, to defend. But again, Williams wide open through the hash mark.
7.5 remaining, still third quarter. Dutcher to throw again. Pass is caught and dropped at the 2-yard line is Jack Rother. He's going to have a first down, though. First and goal for the Titans of Greeley-Wobach.
Dutcher dropping, looking right, looking people off there, and then the excellent throw right into the breadbasket of Rother. And pretty good odds right here, about 1.5 yards, a little under. Are they inside the 1 or the 2? They're inside the 2-yard line down there. Good odds right here as far as the offense goes, although we saw the stand down in the south end earlier on in the ballgame in that first half.
Stopped on first and goal from the 2. Stopped with an interception on 4th down. Reck will try to punch it into the end zone, and he does for the touchdown. Rick Reck is in for the score, and the Titans put 6 on the board.
Bazada and Beyer trying to stop the play. Greeley-Wobach learning a little bit from that goal line stand that Howells made last time. They tried to crash the line up right up in the middle 3 times, and Howells turned them back and then picked one off in the zone. This time to give themselves a little bit of room, running to the right, just looking for a crease. They found the crease and they get the touchdown. Well done.
24-12. Greeley-Wobach will come over it and try for 2. Still a ton of time left in this game. 7:05 remaining in the third quarter. Dutcher in trouble. Gets away from a man. Throws back across, and the catch is made in the end zone by Rother, and the 2-point conversion is good, and they're back in within 10.
kept their nose right in the ball game, and you'll see Dutcher going right again. Hot pursuit. That's 22. That's Beyer after him, just misses, and then he throws it back, and man, that is a tough catch. Football going down towards the turf, but Rother gets his hands underneath it. Kevin pulls it in for 2 extra points on the play. We have a 10-point game, and again, Greeley-Wobach needs to score a couple of times to take the lead here.
NETV sports coverage of the 2002 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, community grants, and college planning services. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, the Blues are good for you. And by NPPD, always there when you need us. So a brand new ball game here as Greeley-Wobach's right back in it now. The real test is, can the defense come through for the Titans and shut down a Bobcat offense? There's the scoring drive. A very impressive march for the Titans.
Absolutely, Kevin. A well-controlled drive, 10 plays, 53 yards, burned 2:30 off the clock. They obviously would have liked to speeded that up just a little bit, but they got it. They're within a 10-point strike now in the ball game, as there's a little squibber again, or some sort of knuckleball that goes out of bounds, and that'll bring the flag out.
So Howells and Greeley-Wobach locked up in a battle here in Class D1. Remember, tomorrow will be with us at 11 a.m. Central Time. Creighton and Lawrence Nelson in the C2 championship, and then tomorrow night a battle of 1 versus 2 in Class A. Unbeaten Millard North. Fred Petito, the head coach of Millard North, trying for his first ever state championship at the school, and Lincoln Southeast, perennial contenders in Class A, tomorrow night at 7:30. And then Saturday, Bishop Neumann and Gothenburg at 1 in the Class C1 final. McCook and Ralston at 7:30 in the Class B final on Saturday night. A very busy weekend here at Memorial Stadium. 1st and 10 from the 25. They give it up the middle to Jacobowski, and Jacobowski will take it from the 25-yard line out across near the 30-yard line, a yard shy. Pick up a 4 for Jacobowski on 1st down.
Really looking forward, Kevin, to watching Millard North quarterback John McCardle tomorrow night. Haven't seen him play all year, so special treat for us and for the fans.
Should be a great one. A lot of running in that game tomorrow night. Another run here for the Howells Bobcats. Jacobowski picks up a yard and a half across the 30 to the 31-yard line, and he'll be 4 yards shy of a Howells 1st down. And the Greeley-Wobach defense trying to stiffen here and stymie this Howells offense, which was very effective in the first half. The Titans looking very up to the challenge here in this early second half. 3rd and 4 from the 31. Jacobowski trying to find running room. None there. He'll lose a yard back to the 30-yard line. Penetration from the front and tackle from behind by Lance Steele, among others. Kevin Nowak also in there.
Number 24, I believe, Andrew Steele. You don't see it underneath all of that, but he's under there somewhere. He's the guy that got through first on the play and stacked it up. Andrew Steele coming from the linebacker spot that time, number 24. So really just to foul up the play.
So 3 downs and out goes the Howells Bobcats. And now punt time for Howells. Eichmeyer gets off the kick. Reck watches it bounce, and it hits a Bobcat at the 17-yard line. And Greeley-Wobach will take over 1st down and 10 yards to go. Trailing in this one 24-14, but closing quickly against these Bobcats. Well, do you know the average cost of attending a Nebraska Public University for 4 years is $42,000? If you're wondering how to pay for your child's higher education, tune in next month as NETV will help you answer many of these questions. Watch Countdown to College Wednesday, December 11th at 7:30 Central Time, only on NETV. 1st down and 10, Greeley-Wobach. Down at half, 24-6. Dutcher to throw, and the catch is made at the 18-yard line by Michael O'Connor, the fullback. A gain of 1 yard on the play, 2nd and 9.
Musney over there on the coverage, Kevin. That's a good job by Musney, taking that slot man out of the backfield and getting over there in plenty of time to make the play. Even if he catches the ball in good shape, not sliding and going down, Musney is there to limit the game probably about just to what it was, about a couple of yards. Maybe a yard and a half on the play.
2nd down and 9 from the 18. Dutcher rolls it out. Pass is tipped at the line. Tip made by Michael Byer. Again, in the middle of a play defensively for the Howells Bobcats.
We have said his name a lot tonight, have we not? Michael Byer?
Well, we have.
Wow.
Seems like on almost every defensive play he has been involved in it. He's a guy that last week was the catalyst defensively. 17 tackles on the year, 87 total tackles. They'll look for him here again. 3rd down and 9 from the 18-yard line. Dutcher in the gun. Rolls to the right side. Got some running room. He's going to take it. Gets a block, and he's going to have the 1st down. And tip your cap to Michael O'Connor, the fullback, who sprung him for the 1st with a great block out there.
Watch 44 here, O'Connor. He's in the route, but now he sees he's not going to get the ball, and he makes a great block on Jacobowski right there, Kevin, to take him out. Jacobowski just laying out there waiting for Dutcher to come on up, and he was going to make the hit, but O'Connor just hit him from the right side and drove him right out of bounds, and excellent job of blocking and a 1st down.
From the 29-yard line, Dutcher finds Rother. Short gain on the play out from the 29 to the 33. Pickup of 4 yards on 1st down. And an injured Titan right there at the 33-yard line.
It's like cramps.
Rother trying to stretch out that leg.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. They're trying to. He cramped up one of those legs, trying to get rid of those cramps and rub it out. Get him up on his feet, hopefully. Boy, that could sometimes just be so uncomfortable. And then your foot is all locked up. You can't move. It's really a strange sensation when that happens to you on the field. But rather kind of a nice route that last time, Kevin. They had trips to the left side. They ran 2 receivers across into the inside, and rather delayed about a count and a half, and then again came across. He was that 3rd receiver, and Dutcher got him the football, and they picked up about 5 yards on the play, make it 4, just over 4. He comes up with the face mask.
Down on the field to Larry Putney. Larry?
Well, guys, before the 2nd half started, you heard Mike Spears talk about the need to get pressure on Dutcher. And in this series alone, they've sent a couple of people, specifically Eric Weeman, a couple of times on blitzes. But what caused a problem is Dutcher's ability to elude that rush. It doesn't matter if they send an extra backer on the blitz or not. Dutcher's eluding it and getting rid of the ball.
That elusiveness will serve him well in this half. Dutcher fires it out, caught by O'Connor, makes a nice move, and O'Connor has another 1st down for the Titans at the 36-yard line of Howells. The short passing game starting to work.
Short game working very well right now as Dutcher delivers. Jacobowski going to overrun the tackle right there as O'Connor, who had that great block in the play previous, comes up big, and another 1st down for his team. And again, Greeley-Wobach on the move. Little mo there, Kevin.
36-yard line of Howells. Dutcher's throw caught again down near the 30-yard line. Good pickup of 5+ on Rick Reck's catch down to the 31-yard line.
Dutcher just a quick drop right here. Tough to defend on this one. He threw that ball way to the outside. Nobody gets it except the receiver. Good job of execution by Dutcher and where he placed that football.
2nd down 5, 31-yard line. Titans on the move, trying to mount a comeback. Down by 10. Dutcher throwing again, looking for Williams, and he overshoots him at the 10-yard line. Williams with that ankle taped up again on the outside of that sock, and he misses him on the pass.
You're going to see Matt Eichmeyer. You see him 19, top of the screen, playing that deep safety. It's going to come way over, and then a little bit of a tap. I think they were okay with that after the play. I think they sort of patted each other, but hey, Matt's a quarterback, and he's also a free safety, and sometimes you just got to change your attitude when you get back there and play defense. And he just bumped him a little bit there. Didn't hurt much, just bumped him a little bit, got him out of bounds.
Didn't want Williams to forget that Eichmeyer was back there, as if you could forget that the way that young man has played tonight in the defensive backfield. Dutcher on 3rd and 5. Fires, and it's incomplete. Intended for Williams. Williams gets up looking for a flag. There is none, and it's 4th down and 5.
Ricky Reck going down the field from the slot, and then Williams just hooking in behind him. See, Reck had already cleared that out. Jacobowski staying in that zone deep. There's what I'm talking about there. As Reck going down the field. And then Williams in behind on the curl, and Jacobowski just in the back. Incomplete.
4th down and 5 from the 31. Dutcher steps up. He's going to run. He's got the 1st down and more. Dutcher fumbles the football. Loose on the field, and it's recovered by the Howells Bobcats. Dutcher had the 1st, and he fumbles, and who picks it up but Michael Byer again in the middle of the play.
Byer big time on the play. Again, never quit on the play, as we talk about a lot. Byer stays after it and comes up. There he is, 22. This is a great hit right here. That was number 27 on that Musney hitting the quarterback Dutcher. Wow, Kevin, the big turnover right there. Because he had the 1st down and maybe then a little more. But instead, the ball goes over.
And now Howells will run with Eichmeyer, the quarterback, and Eichmeyer driven down at the 29-yard line. Tackle out there made by Travis Herman for Greeley-Wobach.
Right in the middle of the action here. Fake the play going the other way. Fake that counter going the other way. Tuck the ball in and go. And that's Eichmeyer, as we have a little equipment problem here. Check the helmet problem, I believe.
You want to mess around with those helmets, especially when you're a quarterback that's been so active on both sides of the ball.
Just give him a new lid and get him in there. Get him back in there.
2nd down, 6 yards to go from the 29-yard line. The give to the 1st man through, it's Byer. And for the 1st time in a while, we see Byer getting a carry, and he had good success in the 1st half. Comes up with a 5-yard gain on 2nd and 6.
Byer, prior to that carry, he had 7 carries for 82 yards and a couple of touchdowns, and now he's picked up just a few more yards. He's leading in yardage with 8 carries, 87. Matt Eichmeyer has 13 carries for 86 yards.
3rd down and a yard. Eichmeyer gets another carry, calls his own number, and he'll have a 1st down for the Howells Bobcats. That turnover moments ago by Greeley-Wobach, the fumble. Huge play at this point of the game, because Greeley-Wobach was moving the ball, confidence, momentum all on their side, and then that turnover really changes the entire complexion of this game, and nobody knows it more than that man right there.
Absolutely, Kevin. Again, they had it all. They had a roll going. They had momentum going to their side big time, and they let it slip away. But we've got a full quarter left to play yet. In addition to what we have here at 1:39 and counting.
36-yard line is where they start that, and a good gain up the middle by Byer again. Just power football now for the Howells Bobcats. Nothing fancy about that. Just straight ahead running and try and stop us is what they're saying. 24-14. Howells led 24-6 at halftime. Greeley-Wobach has put some yardage on the board here in this 3rd quarter, but they've only put the 8 points on the scoreboard. 2nd and 5 from the 39. Toss to Jacobowski, and down he goes at the line of scrimmage. Ricky Reck leading the charge for Greeley-Wobach. Got there first.
They like this play. Just toss, sweep, either way. Jacobowski just takes it, lead it up and block it. There you see again Michael Byer blocking on the play. He's been all over the field tonight on defense and offense, running the ball, making blocks, just doing it all. But they like that toss sweep either way. They've got to be careful though, because they're almost to a point as far as penalty goes for illegal procedure with their alignment up there, having enough people up on the line of scrimmage.
And there are flags down as you speak.
Yeah, that's what the call is.
Adrian Fiala with a little bit of psychic ability.
Well, Kevin, their 2 end people were just dropped way far off. I mean, you've got to be, there's an imaginary plane that goes through the center's backside, and you've got to at least be up even with that plane. And the 2 guys, especially on the far side over there, that was Justin Masting, was not even at all. And so they just, bingo, throw the flag right now, because they didn't have enough people on the line of scrimmage.
Who's going to win tomorrow?
If I tell you, we're going to go buy a lottery ticket here a little bit later. Oh,
Fumble on the play, and it looks like Howells recovers it. For a moment, Michael O'Connor had a shot at it. Eichmeyer drops it, but it's recovered on the play by Jacobowski. And the Howells Bobcats avert a huge problem at the end of the third quarter of play. 4th and long for Howells when we come back to start the fourth quarter. At the end of 3 in Lincoln in the Class D1 championship, the Bobcats of Howells lead the Titans of Greeley-Wobach by 10.
Oh, it's story time. We'll read the story about the big dog. Yes, on the way to school.
Always there when you need us. Nebraska Public Power District, together with your local public power utility.
My child go to college.
Which one is best?
Where will the money come from?
What about books?
Room and board. Do you feel you have more questions than answers about your child's college education? Let us help. Countdown to College will have experts to answer your concerns about the next step of your child's learning. Watch Countdown to College.
Coming soon to NETV. From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV.
Fourth quarter about to begin. Howells leading Greeley-Wobach 24-14 here in the Class D1 State High School Football Championship, along with Adrian Fiala, Larry Putney, and our entire Nebraska ETV sports production crew. I'm Kevin Kugler. Fourth quarter begins with a punt from Howells, and Eichmeyer, who's doing everything tonight, gets into the kick, gets a good roll, and it'll roll inside the 15, and coming in to grab it for some reason is Michael O'Connor, who sneaks in from behind and grabs the football down at the 11-yard line. That is a dangerous play by Michael O'Connor. I don't know what he was doing.
Kevin, you better be sure that you have the football. What he was trying to do is limit the advance of the ball, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Larry?
Well, guys, it's 35 degrees down here on the field, and you're looking at one of the assistant coaches wearing shorts. He said he started the season, he was going to wear the same outfit every game as long as they kept winning, and he's still wearing the shorts. His name, Scott Palachuk. Aid, I'll let you make the jokes.
Scotty looked like he was pretty well pumped up, so that helps that cold to go away there, Larry. He was psyched and trying to egg his team on, or edge his team on.
Jacobowski brings down Reck
there he
at
is.
the 14-yard line. Look at that. That does not look comfortable. We're up here shivering in our suits.
Kevin, what's interesting in that shot there is he's got shorts on, but he's got a big old coat on, gloves, a hat, everything else, and he's got to deal with his team. You guys keep winning, I'll wear the shorts.
He may be crazy, but he's not dumb. 2nd and 7 from the 14-yard line. Dutcher to throw down the field. Reck is out there, and he cannot pull it in. Just overshot him. Double coverage out there on Ricky Reck as Eichmeyer again came over to help out.
Eichmeyer there, also Miles Denley there, as Dutcher just lets it fly. What impressed me on that play, Kevin, was his ability to stand up for as long as he did, as we have a player limping off. That's Andrew Steele limping off, number 24. But again, Dutcher had lots of time to throw. Good blocking up front by that offensive line of his. Travis Herman, Shane Ryan, Jordan Fultz.
Greeley-Wobach, some players starting to cramp up a little bit. 3rd down and 7 from the 14. Dutcher rolls out to the left side. He's got running room, and he's going to get the first down and more. Dutcher out of bounds at the 31-yard line. First down carry of 17 yards for Brian Dutcher.
Good block right there by Doug Nielsen, the offensive guard. He kept everybody turned in as Dutcher is headed upfield. And you saw the angle there. Justin Musney now is going to use the sideline and his body and get a good angle on the tackle, and he's not going to let him go anywhere but out of bounds on the hit. You talk about pursuit and angles on defense, and you saw a good example of that right there.
First down and 10, 31-yard line. Dutcher in the gun, low snap. Dutcher with some time. Flag is down the sideline. Williams is out there, and it's incomplete. Jacobowski on the coverage. Flag down in the backfield at the 26-yard line. And it'll be, it's like a hold against the Titans of Greeley-Wobach. have had a relatively penalty-free game in this one. In fact, I believe that'll be number 1 against Greeley-Wobach tonight.
It is, Kevin. It's the first penalty on Greeley. Howells, 3 penalties on the evening for 20 yards. So, again, relatively well-played football game as we see the referee there. That's Bob Talbotser indicating what happened on the play. And, again, the cramps still being worked on over there.
Andrew Steele. Dennis Hurlbert, the head coach of Greeley-Wobach, looks at a first down and 24 back at the 17-yard line after the hold. Dutcher, pressure comes, sets up the screen, and brought down from behind is Rother. Great tackle by Tom Bloom, who makes the stop. Bloom on the tackle for Howells.
You know, the offensive line let everybody go and tipped off the defensive line right now that it was going to be a screen. And Bloom, way over there on that right-hand side, he reacted immediately to the Lions' actions and took off back to the line of scrimmage and made the play from the backside. And that is just pure and great hustle.
Second down, 22 from the 19. 24-14, Howells leading. Greeley-Wobach with the football. Quick pass, Rother has it, catch made, and down at the 30-yard line. Still shy of the first down by a good 11 yards, looking for the first.
Dutcher looking right, covered over there, so he goes back left to his receiver. Is that Faltus? Or check that.
I believe it was Rother.
Wrong list. Rother on the crossing pattern to the outside, and well-thrown football, but again, they've got 3rd and long to go here, Kevin. 3rd and 11.
Just about 10 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. 3rd and 11 from the 30. They want to throw out of the reverse. Pressure comes. He gets away. Does Rother. Now gets away again from another man. Still looking to throw. Rother cannot get away from guess who? Michael Byer, who finally ends it for the Howells defense.
Byer going a long ways that time. Good pursuit. Number 22. There you see him double teamed on the block and then pursued up the middle. That was 46 Bazada. And now it's going to take a while. We see the missed tackle there by Weeman. But Byer finally gets him after, again, that double team and pursuit up the middle. Goes all the way to the sideline and makes the tackle.
Reck fakes the punt. Wants to throw. Has a long way to go. Reck nudged out of bounds. Does not get the first down. The play made by Justin Musney. The Titans go with some trickery, and this time it falls short.
Trying to catch the old Howells defense a little bit asleep at the switch. Did not happen as Dennis Herbert, the coach, so he's looking over things, deciding, well, should I kick it or not? And then, no, pass it. Let's try to get upfield and get the first down. But Musney off that block. You see him, he was blocked there. Musney off the block, makes the play and gets the ball back for his team. And they have it in great shape here, Kevin, at about the 35-yard line, just short of the 35-yard line.
Timeout taken by the Titans to talk things over. Would you and your business like to help bring programs like these to NETV? You can. Become a corporate sponsor along with other Nebraska businesses. Your contributions can support quality programming like the high school football game you're seeing now. Help support NETV by calling 800-634-6788. 9:12 to play in the game. Howells leading 24-14. First down and 10 for the Bobcats from the 36-yard line of Greeley-Wobach. And crunch time for the Titan defense here as the Bobcats with a short field to work with. A touchdown by Howells would put this one pretty much out of reach, I think.
I think so too, Kevin. We'll see how the Titans, the Titan defense can measure up here. Again, stacked up in the middle as they have been all night.
And right up the middle goes Michael Byer. And he moves it from the 36 to the 31-yard line. 5-yard gain. Byer knocking on the door of 100 yards on the night.
Take a quick look here on that, Kevin. He had 9 for 92 prior to that carry. Picked up 5 on the play, so 3 yards short, I believe. We'll roll the computer here and see what comes up. But I think that'll be about 10 carries for 97 yards and a couple of touchdowns on the night.
2nd and 5 from the 31-yard line. 8:36 to play. Howells with a 10-point lead. Motion man is Jacobowski. First man through gets it. That's Byer again, and he's over 100 yards now on the evening. Down to the 27-yard line, a yard shy of a first down for the Bobcats.
Playing defense, playing offense. He can do it all. Michael Byer just shredding people as he moves upfield. Saw motion come back right to left there. Maybe changed the call in the secondary, and then the quick snap after the motion started, and Byer on. There it is, Michael Byer, 11 carries, 11 rushes for 101 yards.
Third down and a yard to go now for the Bobcats. And Eichmeyer will keep on the sneak, and a great push up front. He's got a first down inside the 25-yard line of Greeley-Wobach.
We talked earlier about this Howells football team's offensive line. All seniors except for the center. Faltus, a senior at the end spot on the left side. He's 182. Musney at 189 is the left guard. Schwartz is the sophomore at center at 201. And then you go Kalia, Brian Kalia, the senior, at 205, and Eric Weeman at 211. So pretty good size over there on that right-hand side, but they just took it right up the middle that time. And Kevin, you're right, just pushed the pile maybe 2 or 3 yards.
25-yard line, 1st and 10. Eichmeyer will duck it up, and Eichmeyer gets a big gain on first down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7-yard carry for Eichmeyer.
Fake the play coming around to the left side, and he tucks it in and goes right. Again, that counter play coming left. Fake that and come back right side. Good running room over the right. Brian Kalia, Eric Weeman making some room for him over there.
2,251 on hand here tonight for this D1 state championship game on a very chilly night in Lincoln. They're seeing a good battle between these two teams, undefeated teams coming into play tonight. 2nd and 3, and Byer churning hard is going to end up a half-yard shy of the first, down to the 15-yard line of Greeley-Wobach.
Quick count that time, trying to catch the old Greeley-Wobach Titans in a little bit of a clutch right there in terms of defense. They went on quick count, gave the ball to Byer, and he forward progress, I thought, got him just across the 15, but obviously not. The ball spotted just short of the 15.
And they need to get it in between the 14 and 15-yard line. 3rd down and a yard to go. And Eichmeyer again, this time over the right side of the line, on the right side of center, and he gets the first down on the quarterback keep.
You know, Kevin, when we talked to Mike Spears earlier on in the evening, he talked about where they would run when they needed a yard or two, and we've seen it happen here a number of times. They either take it over Musney at left guard or go over there over Eric Weeman at the right end. He's 211, a big, strong, solid blocker. That's exactly where Eichmann took the football, right between Kalia, the guard, and Weeman, the right end.
5 yards more, and Eichmeyer has another 100-yard day for Howells. Eichmeyer will keep it on the bootleg, trying to get to the outside, and he will not get away. Nice tackle, nice play made by Rick Reck out there as he made the open field tackle.
Fakes the counter again, trying to get to the outside. Great job that time out there by Ricky Reck.
Shoved him out of bounds. The clock stops on that play. 5:51 to go. 2nd and 9 from the 12-yard line. Howells done a couple of things on this drive. They've picked up first downs, and they've milked some of that clock off too, and that's one of the things they wanted to do.
See if they drag Weeman here.
Eichmeyer to throw. Pumps it into the end zone, and it is incomplete. 2 receivers out there. Jacobowski, I believe, was the intended receiver, although Joel Kaup was also in the vicinity.
Both backs flare. You see Weeman dragging the middle. They had him covered this time, and again now you see Eichmeyer trying to fit it through there. Receiver falls down, and what you didn't see was a collision over there. Collision between Travis Herman and I believe it was Chris Williams, number 6 over there. They collided, and Herman got up a little bit slow, but he's okay. He's ready to go again.
3rd down and 9 from the 12-yard line. Eichmeyer to throw, lobs it out, and it's incomplete. A flag is down in the backfield. As the pass was thrown, the flag came down just as it was released, and it's a hold against the Howells Bobcats. Well, now it's 4th and 9 if you decline the penalty, but it's 3rd down and long, 3rd and 19 if you accept. What do you do if you're Dennis Hurlburt?
Well, if you had a good kicker, you know what you do, but they'll probably step it off, I would think, Kevin. put them as far away from the goal line as they can. Make them pick up a little more yardage. See what happens here.
Looks like they are going to step it off. You're right. So the holding moves it back to the 25-yard line. And now it's 3rd down and 22 yards to go for the Howells Bobcats. Long road ahead now for Howells. 3rd down and 22, leading by 10 with 5:41 to play in the 4th. Motion is Jacobowski. He gets it on the toss. Jacobowski coming around the corner, and he's well shy of the 1st down as Jack Rother keeps him in bounds and stops him at the 16-yard line.
Jacobowski coming from way right in motion, the option play, trying to get him a full head of steam to get upfield. And he pretty much had that, but Rother comes across. Rother from the cornerback spot comes across and makes the tackle. That's just good hustle and good work. And great determination by Jack Rother to get out there and make the tackle against a very tough runner in Randy Jacobowski. 237 yards against Bloomfield in the quarterfinals, and then 150 yards against Cedar Bluffs, that is, in the 1st round of these playoffs. So Jacobowski had a great year and also a great playoff series. As we saw right there, he's got great speed, but Rother able to run him down. A little more time put back on the clock, I think. 25-second clock.
Howells has taken a timeout, ran it down as long as they could with 4:46 remaining in the 4th. Timeout taken by the Bobcats facing a 4th down and 13. Well, if you'd like a copy of this Class D1 state championship game, log on to net.unl.edu and click on the sports link or call 1-800-228-4630. NETV is Nebraska's home for sports. If you're a Howells Bobcat fan, this would be certainly a great thing for your video collection, a great keepsake of another trip to the state championship game and perhaps a 3rd straight state championship.
Well, they have their own, not Century Part 3, but 3 years.
Bobcat 3-year span?
3 years Part 3. But let's hope, well, we'll see. Let's see.
4th down and 13 from the 16-yard line. 24-14. Howells leading. Dennis Hurlburt needing his defense to come through with a big play here and get the ball back for the offense. They'll go for it on 4th and 13. Motion. Looking to throw. Eichmeyer over the middle, and it's intercepted by Chris Williams. Williams with the interception and looking for the sideline. He's shoved out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So Greeley-Wobach with life as Chris Williams picks off the Eichmeyer pass, and the Titans turn him away.
Trying to hit Byer coming across the middle. He was open for an instant, but Williams, he saw the play. He just stayed at home. He was playing deep outside zone. He stayed at home. And when he saw the action by the quarterback, he knew what he could do, and he just cut on the ball, broke to it, and got the job done. He picked off 10 during the season, picks off a big one right there.
From the 15, Dutcher to throw, and Williams drops it at the 20-yard line. Coverage on the play by Randy Jacobowski.
Dutcher just locked in on the receiver right there. And actually a good toss this time, but again, a little bit of a mild collision there by Jacobowski, knocking the ball in the receiver loose. That's Chris Williams on the reception, intended reception. Jacobowski, again, great offensive player and does a job on defense.
2nd and 10 from the 15. Dutcher steps up, gets away from a potential loss, and turns it into a gain out near the 19-yard line, but it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for Greeley-Wobach, and they need 2 scores to tie.
2 scores and a lot more yardage up the middle here on this play as 2 Bobcats had a chance right there. One of them Byer, but he could not hold on. And Dutcher creates a 3rd down and long situation.
Low snap. Dutcher pulls it in. Fires it out towards Williams. He's got it. And Williams down the sideline at the 30. Cuts it back. And Eichmeyer brings him down at the 23-yard line. And if Williams doesn't have that bum ankle that he's really fought through all night, he might be gone for 6.
Probably so, Kevin. Again, he had to slow down just a little bit as you see Dutcher here locked in on Williams all the way and then thinks, well, he's covered. And he was covered. And now he makes a good play, a good catch right there. We've seen him catch the ball in his fingertips a lot tonight. But again, instead of trying to make the tackle on the play, the DB back there just tried to shove him and thought he might go down. Didn't happen. He kept his balance. Gives them a golden opportunity right here.
Dutcher with time, and it's incomplete. Trying, I think, just to get rid of the football as pressure was coming, and there wasn't anybody out there except green field turf.
Yeah, if he could have gotten around everybody and headed upfield, it has a good chance to make some really good yardage. But I think let's take a quick look at the stats here. That was his 43rd pass. We got to take a look at the record books here real quick.
43 passes, and I would venture to guess he'll throw at least 3 more. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 22-yard line, and Dutcher will throw once more. Lots of time to throw. Steps up, and pressure comes from behind, and he gets the pass off. Incomplete for Rother. We'll see if he was down at the 25-yard line, and I think they're saying he was. I believe the referee, Bob Talbotser, is saying he's down, and he is at the 25. It'll be a sack.
It'll be a sack and a good effort that time again by the Bobcat defense. They've been tough all day. They've limited Greeley-Wobach to just 70 yards rushing, but they've given up 255 in the air. 20 of 43 is Brian Dutcher. 2 interceptions from 255 yards. Mentioned that a moment ago.
Needs a big one here on 3rd down. Dutcher looks to throw. Has time over the middle. It's complete to Rother, and Rother is down to the 16-yard line, 3 yards shy of a 1st down. They need to get it inside the Howells 12. So 4th down and 4 coming. And of course, Greeley-Wobach will go for it. 2:35 to play. Trailing by 10. 0 for 4 you see on 4th down. Dutcher fires it incomplete, tipped away by Eichmeyer, who got a piece of it again. He has been the money man on 4th down for Howells.
Kevin, he's been all over the field on both sides of the football. Matt Eichmeyer, we'll see it one more time here. You see Williams trying to get free, and then you see Dutcher trying to fit it in. And it just doesn't happen because Eichmeyer reads the play so well, gets that hand in there and knocks it away. So ball goes over, and the game might have just gone over right there.
16-yard line. Byer gets the carry over that right side, takes it out to the 20. A 4-yard gain on 1st down. Well, be sure to join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the Class C2 championship game as the Creighton Bulldogs take on the Lawrence Nelson Raiders. We have complete coverage of all the 2002 Nebraska State High School football championship games right here on NETV, Nebraska's home for sports. Shall we meet again here tomorrow morning, Mr. Fiala?
I think, well, you and I have got cots in the back here, Kevin. I think we just roll over and pull the covers over the head, go to sleep. See him bright and early in the morning.
2nd and 6 from the 20. And a dive right up the middle for 3. 3rd down and 3 coming for the Bobcats. 1:37 remaining in the game. Greeley-Wobach with 2 timeouts. And now they elect to use one. A few seconds burned off, and 1:33 remain in this 4th quarter when they use their 2nd timeout. 1 timeout remaining for Greeley-Wobach, and if Howells gets a 1st down here, they'll win themselves a state championship because Greeley-Wobach will only be able to stop it 1 more time.
And Kevin, with a 10-point lead, you've got a touchdown field goal to tie, or if they go for 2, which most teams we've seen here in D1, D2 go for 2. So it's a 2-score situation here, whichever way you cut it. So I'd say that the game's pretty well is over, basically, for Greeley-Wobach. Looking for a record in terms of passes completed and passes attempted. Brian Dutcher has attempted 45 passes here in this ball game, but there's no category here that I can find in the record book. We'll probably have to wait to see if we can dig it out afterwards somewhere in this limited book we have here as far as the game program goes, but we'll try to find out.
3rd down and 3 from the 23, and the give right up the middle to Byer. 2nd effort. He's going to be awfully close, and I think he's going to have a 1st down for the Howells Bobcats, and now the celebration will begin. Howells, 1:29 from their 3rd straight state championship. Only 5 other teams have won more than 2 straight state championships.
And that carry just put Beyer at 115 yards, 15 carries, 115 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Matt Eichmeyer needs 4 yards to go over the 100-yard mark. And we've got 1:17 left. We'll see if he can get a play that will put him over the 100. He's not too terribly concerned about that, I'll tell you, but he'd like to have it if he could get it.
First down and 10 from the 27. There's Eichmeyer trying to get around that right side. Picks up a half yard at most, and now the final timeout used by Greeley-Wobach. They are powerless to stop it from here on out with 57 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. A game effort in the second half. They actually shut out Howells in the second half defensively, but the offense just could not get on track and could not get that play finished off. They'd get down inside the red zone, and they just couldn't get that last one over the hump to get into the end zone and even it up.
You bet, Kevin. And of course they had to throw the ball a lot as their head coach, as we just saw a moment ago, Dennis Robert on the sidelines over there. They had to throw the ball a lot, and when you have to throw the ball a lot, man, you know, you take a lot of chances down there, and plus it's just tough to move it upfield. But they had to try to do that. They're the Titans. There's the head coach, as we said a moment ago. He said at halftime we're going to have to throw the football. They came out and they really did indeed throw the football a lot. 45 times to be exact for 264 yards. 21 completions out of that. 1 touchdown, and they turned it over twice.
Second and 10, 27-yard line. 57 seconds remain, and a knee taken by Eichmeyer. Then he gets bowled over by Shane Ryan as he takes that knee. And third down coming up for the Bobcats of Howells. And they should be able to let this clock run. Take a knee once again. And on fourth down, that'll be it. So congratulations being handed out on the sideline. The Howells Bobcats are going to win their 3rd straight state championship in a hard-fought battle tonight with Greeley-Wobach. The Titans, with a defensive effort in the second half that very few teams have been able to do this year, shut out Howells in any half of football, but not enough, as the first half will power Howells to a state championship. And there you have it. Clock will wind down 5 seconds, and the celebration begins for that man, Mike Spears, and the 2002 Class D1 state champions, the Howells Bobcats, their 3rd consecutive year as state champions in Class D1.
Well, Kevin, they came out intending to run the football, and they did it. They picked up 253 yards on the ground, just 73 in the air. And Howells, again, true to form, as Mike Spears told us, we're going to try to run it, and he's, as he said earlier on, run it right down the opponent's throat, and they pretty much did that. They threw the ball a lot more than they usually do. 14 passes, completed half of those, though, and they had a touchdown mixed in.
Well, we'll be back to Memorial Stadium in a moment to crown the champions. It's the Howells Bobcats. They win over Greeley-Wobach tonight, 24-14.
Programming on the Nebraska ETV network is made possible in part by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
It's the value of responsive customer service to make healthcare simple. It's the value of a statewide network of doctors and hospitals to make healthcare accessible. It's the value of a plan that works to make healthcare practical. That's the value of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
The Blues are good.
And a good value.
For you.
The Victory Garden has an entirely new show and an entirely new garden, whether you garden in the city or in the country or even just from your armchair. This season, the Victory Garden is full of fun, affordable gardening ideas just for you. I'm Michael Wyson. Join us each week right here on the Victory Garden.
Saturday morning at 8:30 Central Time on NETV. NETV is a service of the Nebraska Educational Telecommunications Commission.
NETV sports coverage of the 2002 Nebraska State High School Football Championships are brought to you in part by ACE, the Public Alliance for Community Energy, your hometown choice for natural gas. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, the Blues are good for you. And by NPPD, always there when you need us. The Bobcats of Howells are the state champions in Class D1. Mike Spears addressing his team for the final time in the 2002 season, and they go through it unbeaten at 13-0 on the year. Challenged tonight by Greeley-Wobach, but Howells ends up as champions of Class D1. This is the lowest scoring total of the year for the Howells Bobcats. Previously, 38 points against Humphrey St. Francis, their lowest total of the year at a 38-6 win. Credit Greeley-Wobach for the adjustments made defensively in the second half. Really stymied the Bobcats, kept them out of the end zone. But Howells, their defense, similarly strong, and they kept Greeley-Wobach to just 8 points in the second half.
Exactly, Kevin. And again, you tip your hat to their defense for playing such a fine game. Their offense, again, stepped it up also, as we saw. But their defense really did it when they had to, and they caused that fumble in the third quarter that really changed the momentum of the game.
Larry Putney is standing by down on the field. Larry?
What a great scene after the game, guys. Michael Byer, who just poured his heart out on this field, played an unbelievable game. I think, Adrian, you said 115 yards and numerous. He seemed like he was in on every defensive play. Just played an unbelievable game, and as soon as the game was over, he grabbed the game ball, ran over to Coach Mike Spears, gave the game ball to his coach, and gave him a big hug. It was a neat moment right after the game.
Well, he was a guy that just played all out, as they all did, but really a guy that just gave it his all out there, and it showed all night long for the Howells Bobcats. Now, let's go to our public address announcer, Dave Shalene, for the Class D1 Awards presentation.
Would the coaches please take their teams back to the bench area for the presentation of the awards ceremony? The Nebraska School Activities Association is happy to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. The award presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Control members Glenn Morgan from Neeli Oakdale and Dr. Bob Resnick from Omaha West Side, as well as U.S. Bank Representative Bill Ryan. Here are the awards for the Class D1 runner-up, Greeley-Wobach. Will head coach Dennis Hallbart and your assistants please come to the sideline stage to present the silver medals to the members of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Go. Number 1, Ted Nikolitzek. Number 2, Scott Wood. Number 3, Kevin Nowak. Number 4, Brian Dutcher. Number 5, Stanislav Todorov. Number 6, Chris Williams. Number 8, Mason Paz. Number 10, Rick Reck. Number 13, Jesse Hake. Number 17, Matt Stinson. Number 18, Brady Sweat. Number 21, Brandon Matlock. Number 24, Andrew Steele. Number 25, Lance Steele. Number 28, Jack Rother. Number 30, Tyler Dreek. Number 32, Seth Christensen. Number 34, Jeremiah Sweeney. Number 40, Jeff Nowak. Number 43, Chase Greek. Number 44, Michael O'Connor. Number 50, Jordan Foltz. Number 55, Shane Ryan. Number 56, Travis Herman. Number 61, Jimmy Carrer. Number 62, TJ Kerrigan. Number 64, James Thompson. Number 70, Russell Killinger. Number 72, Doug Nielsen. Number 80, Trevor Nikolitzik. Number 81, Thomas Herman. And number 84, Tyson Andrzejczyk. And now, here is the 2002 Class D1 runner-up trophy. Congratulations, Greeley-Wobach High School.
I know it won't seem like it now, but those kids have nothing to hang their heads about. A 12-1 season and a great effort tonight in the state championship game. Nothing to be disappointed. I know they're disappointed about the loss, but in the weeks to come, I think they'll have to sit back and appreciate a little bit more how this season was for Greeley-Wobach. What a tremendous year in the first year of the consolidation for this group.
Absolutely, Kevin. Again, nothing to be ashamed of. Of course, you want to win. Everybody wants to win when they get to the finals of the game, but they didn't. They've had a great year, as you said, and again, they have to look forward to next year with the talent they have on this football team. So let's hope they keep their daubers up and keep the good attitude. I think they will. What's interesting when you look at the numbers here, though, didn't see this here a moment ago when we talked about stats, but Greeley actually had more total offense tonight than Howells. So
a good second half.
We're about ready for the other presentation now.
Let's do it with public address announcer Dave Shalene crowning the champions.
From Howells High School. First head coach Mike Spears, we have a special award for you. Now, Coach, would you and your assistants hand out the gold medals to the members of your championship team? Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 4, Justin Hartling. Number 7, Rick Kampschneider. Number 8, John Recker. Number 9, Jesse Hegeman. Number 11, Brandon Faltus. Number 12, Eric Weeman. Number 14, Scott Bloom. Number 16, Justin Tickle. Number 18, Brian Janata. Number 19, Matt Eichmeyer. Number 21, Michael Dostal. Number 22, Michael Byer. Number 23, Kyle Check. Number 25, Craig Brester. Number 26, Jason Hegeman. Number 27, Justin Musney. Number 28, Jonathan Faltus. Number 31, Clint Renner. Number 32, Derek Schroeder. Number 33, Lance Groth. Number 34, Randy Jakubowski. Number 40, Scott Byer. Number 42, Randy Sindular. Number 46, Stephen Bizzata. Number 50, Tyler Vega. Number 54, Tom Bloom. Number 55, Mitch Schaller. Number 56, Alan Kampschneider. Number 57, John Tickle. Number 61, Charles Dostal. Number 62, Brian Pulleyhoff. Number 68, David Risch. Number 70, Clark Bellina. Number 71, John Francis. Number 72, Justin Sindular. Number 73, Colby Donnelly. Number 74, Tyler Schwartz. Number 76, Jeremy Speltok. Number 77, Brad Brester. Number 80, David Lara. Number 82, Adam Sindelar. Number 83, Brett Ortmeyer. Number 84, Joel Kaup. Number 85, Miles Danley. Number 86, Ben Faltus. And number 89, Brian Cushing. And now for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2002 Class D1 State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Howells High School.
Your Class D1 state champions, the Howells Bobcats. They did it without out-yarding their opponents tonight. Some interesting numbers in the final stats.
Kevin, there really are, in addition to the total yards we talked about. Each team had 14 first downs. Each team ran 69 plays. Each team averaged 4.7. And you get down to the difference, and really the one that jumps out at you is on fourth down play. And that Howells was 4 of 5 in fourth down plays, whereas Greeley was 0 of 5. And that kept drives going, and that put scores on the board.
A couple of those fourth downs were in the end zone as well and turned away some points. Larry Putney's down on the field with the champion head coach of the Howells Bobcats, Mike Spears.
And the chant three-peat, just finishing up down here. When you came here 7 years ago, did you ever think three-peat?
Oh, geez, I don't know. You know, one's hard enough. You can't hardly imagine the three-peat. You know, it's just a tribute to our kids. I mean, how hard they work. They work so hard in the off-season and just busted their rear ends to get to this point. So, you know, it's all them. They're just... When you got good kids that can run and they're big and strong, makes you a pretty good team.
Pre-game locker room, you grabbed that helmet, you pointed to the emblem, and you said, this means something now, guys. It's tradition, it's toughness, it's talk about what you've built here.
Well, you know, you just want them to have a sense of pride in what they're doing, and when they take that sense of pride, you know, it just makes them better players. It just makes everything work better for you. And we really tried to get them to a point where they just have pride in what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish. And when we do that, I think it makes us a better team.
And defensively in that second half, although they were able to move the ball, you made the plays when you had to.
Yeah, you know, we told them that they're going to complete some passes on you. They're just too good athletes not to. We just have to shake it off when they do and come back and get a stop. They had that one turnover that was a huge momentum switch. You know, they were really starting to grab some of the momentum, and we just kind of took it away from them. I can't believe the kid only threw the ball 45 times. I'd have thought he threw it 700. That's all we did was yell pass, I think.
3 straight state champions for Howell. Only 5 other teams have done it. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
A big thrill for the Howells Bobcats as they are champions once again in Class D1. 3 straight for Howells as they go undefeated this season, 13-0.
Kevin, you know, great achievement as we just talked about a moment ago, but listening to Mike Spears makes me feel really good about what's happening at Howells High School. This guy's level, he's straight up, and again, to have good experiences. Outstanding to see that. Congratulations to Howells, to Mike Spears, to Scott Pelagic, the coach in the shorts, and also Scott Lamberty, the assistant coach there. And also a great year for Greeley-Wobach. Dennis Herbert, Bill Steele, and Brad Williams, congratulations to you.
Well, congratulations to everybody involved in a very busy day. Why don't we do it again tomorrow, shall we? Once again, our final score tonight, Howells wins the championship 24-14 over the Greeley-Wobach Titans. Be with us tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for the Class C2 state championship as the Creighton Bulldogs take on the Lawrence Nelson Raiders. And now for Adrian Fiala, Larry Putney, and the entire NETV sports production crew, I'm Kevin Kugler. Goodbye from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska.